MAFpod listeners, welcome to the second installation of Michael and Austin Football Pod. Still MAFpod, just a different version of it right here. We're going to be breaking down NFL and college on a weekly basis. So stay tuned in. Any of you football watchers out there, this is for you.
Glad to be doing this. Love football. Glad we get to break down and enjoy the game.
Little off topic right here, but some news I heard this morning. Did you hear about the NFL, or not the NFL, the NBA arrests that were just made?
Yep. I just saw it before I came down here.
Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier, and multiple others. Malik Beasley being one of them as well.
Yeah.
All arrested in ties to illegal gambling rings. And possibly fixing games, which is never a good thing to hear.
Yeah.
And they're federally indicted. Yeah. Cash Patel, the
FBI
director, goes on TV, national press conference. Apparently, they will be arraigned. What time is it?
It's 1:03.
So I believe that Chauncey Billups' arraignment is happening currently, right now.
Yeah.
And then Terry Rozier will be in about an hour at 2:00.
Yeah.
And they're possibly facing legit prison time because this is also in ties to the mafia, which I didn't even know that they were really still around. But
that's crazy.
Crazy news just right off the rip to start the day off.
Well, other gambling news also, college football. They allowed their players to start gambling. Not on themselves. But like NFL and NBA, all that stuff. So,
which is kind of one of those things where it's like, it didn't even really need to be said.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, don't gamble on yourself. Like, that's always been the rule.
Yeah.
But, and it's, if they think that none of these players have ever hopped on DraftKings and, made a few picks, they're insane.
Yeah.
But let's get into the last week's slate of the NFL games, and why don't we start off with the Texans?
Okay, you want to start with some Monday Night Football?
Yeah, a little bit of Monday Night. Let's work our way backwards.
Yeah, all right, I like that. So Texans traveled to Seattle. I kind of fell asleep like halfway through this game.
A lot of people did.
Yeah, it was pretty late night.
Late night and not a great game, from what I heard.
Not a great game. Seattle 4 turnovers.
Oh my gosh!
Somehow pulled out the win.
What were those turnovers?
Let's see. It was 1 interception by Sam Darnold. So I'm adding 3 fumbles.
God.
Yeah.
I wonder who by, because if one player fumbled 3 times, we'd probably be hearing something about it. So I'd imagine it was a couple.
I think Sam Darnold might have fumbled once.
Little strip sack?
Kenny Walker might have fumbled once, and Zach Charbonnet might have fumbled once as well. And if you're Houston and you're looking at that, you're thinking, we should have won the game.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's going on with.
What was the final score there?
It was 27-19. Seattle.
So still 1-score game at the end.
Yeah, and
that's horrible for the Texans.
Yeah, CJ. I don't know what happened with CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud and his. This is not a sophomore slump, right? This would be like a junior year slump.
Yeah.
This needs to be studied.
Does.
First 2 years, incredible. Yeah. And now, like last year, he kind of had the excuse where, okay, Diggs was out. Yeah. Okay, Nico Collins was out. Okay, Tank Dell was out. But now this year, he's got a pretty healthy roster.
And good weapons.
Nick Chubb in the backfield, which I know that he's not the same after that knee, deal that he went through. I can't remember. It was like ACL, PCL, MCL. I think he just destroyed his knee.
Yeah.
But, he's still a hell of a player. And the fact that they can't get anything going on offense is scary.
It is very scary if you're a Texans fan right now.
The AFC South is just a division that I think is going to be owned by the Colts for the next couple years because, the Jags are good, but they don't seem to really be super consistent.
Yeah.
And then I mean, who else do you got down there? So you got
Tennessee, and this is not going to be the year for Tennessee.
No.
I think hopefully they can get a guy in there that can develop Cam Ward effectively.
Cam Ward has now, and I guess we can cover that a little bit later, but Cam Ward has now been looking not good at all. And I don't think it's all due to the fact that that team isn't good. I think he is also just underperforming. But back to this game, that Texans D is pretty legit.
Yeah, that Texans defense is very good, and obviously D'Amico Ryans is a big part of that, coming from San Francisco, where he led a very strong defense down there. But not enough to contain JSN.
Yeah.
He continues to just go off with Sam Darnold.
Jackson Smith and Jigba might be the best receiver in the league currently.
I think he is. I think he is the number one receiver right now. Yeah. Pretty much like having a Cooper Cup season when he was with the Rams.
Yeah, I think it's very possible that he ends up winning a Triple Crown this year.
Yeah.
Unless somehow, some way, you see, a couple more games like this from Jamar Chase, because I mean, that's always, you can't write him off. You also can't write off Jay Jettas.
No, you cannot.
Those LSU receivers, I mean, they're crazy.
Yeah.
But in this game, I think it's also starting to say something about team chemistry, because if you're a defense that consistently gets off the field on third down and your offense can't get anything done, that starts to really wear on you. Yeah. And it starts to wear on team relations. And I wonder if they're starting to see a little bit of that in the locker room.
Yeah, and Houston just 2 for 15 on third down, so not good for them. But Seattle jumps to 5-2. The NFC West, another strong division that we got going down there. 3 teams, 5-2.
Oof.
That will be a exciting conference to watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Other Monday night game was the Buccaneers traveling to Detroit, take on the Lions.
Yeah, prayers up to Mike Evans.
Yes, absolutely.
That's horrible. He had the record in his hands for most consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. He's tied currently with Jerry Rice at 11. He could have made it 12. I think he would have made it 12. I mean, he's been so consistent his whole career. So that's horrible that he goes out on a play where he was, doing what he does best, diving for a ball, and ended up, coming down on that collarbone, and he's out. That's a tough injury to come back from. I mean, he's got a broken collarbone. He's not going to be back this season, so that's that's really tough.
Yes, it is. Great bounce back win for Detroit, though.
Yeah.
And I mean, they were still missing a lot of defensive players, and they somehow were able to contain Baker Mayfield's just 228 yards and a touchdown. They also got an interception off of him.
What were, if you can see, what were Hutchinson's stats there? Did he get any sacks out of this?
I don't know if he got a sack, but I know that he was pressuring
Baker pretty consistently.
Consistently. I think that was a big reason for Detroit's success, was just having that pressure on him constantly.
I mean, Hutch is, he's got to be probably top 3 pass rusher in the league right now. I mean, Myles Garrett, him, and maybe TJ.
I still put TJ, yeah. I still say TJ Watt.
The thing that's crazy is that neither of the Bosas are in that conversation anymore, really.
Yeah.
I mean, you haven't seen anything from Nick Bosa, and you certainly haven't seen anything from Joey Bosa.
Yeah, I know Nick Bosa he's injured right now.
Yeah.
I think he's on IR, if I remember.
I think he's out for the season, maybe.
Possibly out for the season. But yeah, just not the best game, but I mean, the man who really only had the stand-up performance was Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah.
218 yards of total offense and 2 touchdowns.
God.
What a beast.
That 70-yard touchdown run,
yeah,
where he just dusted the entire defense. I mean, the safety had a good angle on him, but the speed was just, it's unbeatable. When you've got a guy like that can just turn on the afterburners and he's gone, it changes the way that your team can play.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that we haven't seen more from Jameson Williams.
Yeah, I had him in my fantasy at the beginning of the season. I think he's only had one good performance.
Yeah.
I forgot who that was against, but yeah, I was hoping he would have.
I mean, last year they were letting it go to him deep all the time, and it just seems like he hasn't been able to get much going offensively there, which is kind of crazy with the speed and the skill that he has.
Yeah. Going to Sunday Night Football. This was I didn't stay up for this game either. It's just the Falcons 49ers. Not a pretty game, but
I'd say the standout performance here was by the 49ers O-line.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at Christian McCaffrey's performance there, Christian McCaffrey, if you can look up his stats real quick.
Yeah, 24 carries, 129 yards.
Yeah.
Also led their team in receiving with 7 receptions, 72 yards.
Yeah. I mean,
touchdowns.
So you're talking 2 touchdowns and 200 total yards of offense.
Yeah, pretty close.
I mean, you're talking about a player that truly changed the game right there.
Yeah.
And none of that happens without great offensive line play. Yeah. And especially, having Kittle back and having Kittle healthy, going out there making the blocks that he usually does that's a huge game changer right there. So excited to see what we see from them in the future.
Yeah.
And I think that they're going to keep playing at a high level, and they're only going to get healthier as the season progresses. That's definitely a team to watch still.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we were just talking about the NFC West being pretty dominant. You're talking Mac Jones leading this team.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting when Brock Purdy can come back, because we've seen Mac Jones perform. I mean, this wasn't his. It's just not a good game for him. I mean, threw 152 yards and an interception, but with Christian McCaffrey there, I don't think it really matters who's at quarterback.
Well, and tell me this, right? So you're Kyle Shanahan,
yeah,
and Brock Purdy comes back. Obviously, you're going to start him.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's your starting quarterback. That's who you pay the most money to.
That's who you pay.
But he has 2 mediocre or even bad games. Are you going back to Mac Jones?
I think you have to.
Absolutely.
You'd have to.
The way that he's been playing. And also, I don't know if you know this. He was talked out of drafting Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Mac Jones was his original choice for so long. He fell in love with the way that he plays, the way that he knows ball.
Yeah.
I mean, Mac Jones was his first option. That's who he wanted to start his franchise with and start his dynasty with. And now, to get him back, it's kind of like that first love coming back into your life. It's just, it's right there.
Yeah. And I think this speaks to Kyle Shanahan being able to really just have whatever quarterback in there, and they're just able to succeed. Like, we look at a team like the Ravens, they don't have Lamar Jackson, then
they're done.
They're done for. But Kyle Shanahan's just so good at being able to have a system to where any quarterback can step in and develop them.
Absolutely. And I think, honestly, I don't know if it speaks more to, on the Ravens side, I don't know if it speaks more to the offensive system or really just the greatness of Lamar Jackson. Because I don't know if there's any quarterback, even good quarterbacks, that would succeed in that system. Yeah. It's just Lamar Jackson goes out there and he makes plays. I mean, he makes stuff happen. Yeah. And that's why he is a multiple-time MVP. I mean, and he deserves it.
Yeah. Let's break down the 325 games. I know we got the Cowboys and Commanders. I think that was the one that most people saw.
Just Dak putting on a hell of a performance. CD having a great bounce back game.
George Pickens is still
doing George Pickens things.
Javonte
Williams leads the league in rushing.
Yeah, this Dallas offense is just unstoppable.
Yeah. Which we've seen it before. They are a regular season juggernaut. For some reason, they always are. Yeah. And then there's a first round exit.
Yeah. And they still got a clear chance to make the playoffs.
What's the rest of their schedule looking like? Have they had their bye?
I don't believe they have had their bye. Or no, sorry. I think they did have their bye, actually.
Okay, so they had their bye. they've also had a tie on their record, which, I mean, it's weird. That's like kind of like a null and void game. It's almost like a secondary, like when you're looking at their record, it's almost like a second bye.
Yeah,
it's weird. Yeah. And then what are they facing for the next couple of weeks here? Let's just see the next 3 games.
Obviously, this weekend that they're at Denver, so that would be a very good game. I think
that'll be a true test of like how their offense really is.
Yeah, and then I think honestly, it wouldn't be shocking to see if this was another high scoring game by both teams.
The Dallas Cowboys are looking like they did on defense when Deron Bland led the league in pick sixes and broke the pick six record.
Yeah,
he had another one in this game, and they're making takeaways.
Yeah,
I don't know where they rank in takeaways, but they certainly are having a good defensive outing on a weekly basis and creating turnovers, creating opportunities for their offense.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, I mean, they are one of the worst defensive teams too, so I think that will be very good for the Broncos.
Yes.
But after that, they face the Cardinals.
Okay.
That should be a
That should be a dub.
That should be a pretty easy win, and then at the Raiders, which should be another.
That should be another.
So,
dub.
This could be a team that could be possibly 6-3.
Barring any major mistakes.
Yeah. 6-3 or 5-4 at worst. 6-4.
I would say, I mean, obviously me being a Broncos fan, I'd say that's a loss in Denver.
I do think so. I think the Broncos defense is obviously a lot better than the Commanders.
Defense wins football games.
Yeah.
And that is, I think that's going to be the tail of the tape there.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're a high-powered offense, and having CD back only makes them more dangerous.
Yeah, it does.
Also, looking at that Commanders roster, I do not think that is a team that we should write off yet, because that's another team that throughout the year they will only get healthier.
Yes.
They're going to eventually get Debo back. They're going to eventually get Terry McLaurin back.
Yeah.
There's a high hope in their running back room.
They've
got McCroskey Merritt.
Yeah.
They've got
McNichols.
Yeah. And then who's their third back?
I don't know their third back.
Wasn't it Austin Eckler that got hurt?
Yeah, it was Austin Eckler.
Yeah, I don't know. They won't get him back, will they?
No,
I think that's a knee thing.
Yeah, I think he's out for the season.
Yeah, that's tough for him. But which he was having a great beginning of the season.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think there's still a lot of hope for this team. It very much worries me that it reminds me a lot of RG3. They've got a very mobile quarterback who's now having some knee issues.
Yeah.
For some reason, this kind of is a trend with Washington.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Alex Smith, destroyed his knee. You look at RG3, destroyed his knee. You look at Jaden Daniels, you can't quite say he destroyed his knee yet, but I mean, he's having consistent knee issues. He has had a hyperextension, and now I don't know what the extent of it is.
I don't know what it is either. I know he is out for the Chiefs game this Monday night, though.
And that does not bode well for them.
No, it doesn't. So the Packers barely, it's kind of shocking me, Packers barely get a win at Arizona. Jacoby Brissett, I mean, this is another a back quarterback you want on your team, because whenever your starter goes down, this guy's putting up
consistent
numbers,
always.
Not turning the ball over.
Former Florida Gator.
Yeah, and he's he played the best, one of the best defenses in the league. So
I think that game turns out differently, and we've talked about it before. We'll say it again. When you consistently put yourself in bad situations in the fourth quarter, you're not going to win games, and you cannot rely on one play being the reason why you lost that game. However, there was a ball that literally doinked off the helmet of Trey McBride, who had been phenomenal the whole rest of that game. But there was a ball that hit him in the face in the end zone and he did not come down with it. That's a different game if he catches that ball.
Yeah. I remember being wrong about this. So, I mean, obviously, Arizona covered the spread.
Yeah.
I did pick the Packers to cover the spread.
I would have picked the Packers by 1,000,000, I think, on that one.
It sucks for, like, Jordan Love's playing good football. I mean, he 179, 19 for 29 and a touchdown. Sucks fantasy-wise whenever you start him, but obviously you can't correlate fantasy and real-life football.
Yeah.
I mean, Jordan Love's not turning the ball over, which is good to see. I mean, it's Josh Jacobs. Like, when they're in the red zone, it's Josh Jacobs touches.
So. And Josh Jacobs is seemingly unstoppable right now.
Yeah.
So I got a real question for you here. Are we at the point where, looking at Kyler Murray and his career so far and the records that he has had, the games that he has had, the big games that he has played in, which he hasn't played in many.
Yeah.
Is he a franchise quarterback still? If right now you had the option over him, or say this upcoming draft class, if you had the option between keeping him or going for a Ty Simpson, or going for a Trinidad Chambliss, or going for one of these top guys in college, a Gunnar Stockton, do you continue to stay with Kyler Murray, considering the product that he has been putting out on the football field? I say no.
I say no also. But I also don't, like, I do agree that the Cardinals should draft a quarterback this upcoming draft. But I also think that whatever quarterback they draft, they should let Kyler Murray start next year and then let that QB develop.
And I say put some pressure on Kyler.
Yeah.
They never have.
They
haven't drafted a quarterback that really kind of, is, on Kyler's butt. Like, when you've got a guy that is right behind you in the depth chart and he's making his way up, that, can sometimes spark a little bit of hey, let's go get the job done in players. And I
mean, you saw that with a few of the games that Russell Wilson played with the Giants, and Jackson Dart being right behind him. He's like, man, I got ball out. And
he played well in a couple of those games.
He did. But then you see, like, on the other hand, like what the Titans did with Kim Ward, throwing them in there with no weapons whatsoever, a battle line. Like, you got to, there's a fine line between letting your quarterback sit, watch, and develop.
Which, who are the major targets really in Arizona? You've got Trey McBride, and who else?
I mean, really, your only weapon's Marvin Harrison, but he's not like a great option either right now.
And I think their O-line is performing bottom half of the league.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
I do think that it partially contributes to why Kyler Murray doesn't have very much success, because he constantly is having to roll out of the pocket. And honestly, he is pretty good when he rolls out. Like, he's very good on the run. Like, his accuracy doesn't falter that much when he's on the run. But when you have to be on the run all the time because you never have a clean pocket, that's a bad recipe for a quarterback.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And the Packers defense was able to demonstrate that. I mean, Micah Parsons, 3 sacks.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
You cannot give up 3 sacks. Not to one player.
Not to one player. I wonder.
Did you see Rashawn Gary's stats in that?
Yeah, I'm about to pull up to see what the full defensive stats were. Quay Walker, 1.5 sack. Rashawn Gary, 1 sack. So
oh my God.
5.5
sacks.
Yeah, 5.5 sacks total.
Frick. I mean,
and
you can't
Walker,
be doing
3
that.
QB hits. Or Micah Parsons, 5 QB hits. Rashawn
oh my
Gary,
God.
2 QB hits. So
yeah, that's not good. You can't do that. Oh.
Yeah, not good football.
And I think also Kyler Murray, and I could be just talking out of my butt here, but I'm thinking Kyler Murray has one of the slowest releases in the NFL. He does not get the ball out of his hands quick.
No, he doesn't.
And that's another recipe for bad quarterback play when you're not playing on time.
Yeah. So let's go to the Colts-Chargers game.
Let's do it. Ugliest uniforms in the league currently, Chargers.
Yeah.
That was horrible, the highlighter yellows.
Yeah, just another career day for Jonathan Taylor, which is very surprising against John Harbaugh team who I feel like they pride themselves on being able to stop the run.
They are great against the run usually, and I think that honestly has more to say about their secondary than it does their D line, because I don't think anybody on their D line is like a super duper standout. Yep. But when you've got oh goodness, Derwin James. So when you've got Derwin James, when you've got some of these hard-hitting safeties and corners that will come in run support and have the correct run fits and make those plays, I mean, that's huge. And they usually do that. And it did not seem like they were able to do it. And I think that's partially, again, like we touched on with the Niners, that's great offensive line play.
Yeah.
And especially when you have another guy who is a lot like Kittle, Tyler Warren, where he's able to get out there and he can, chip an outside linebacker or chip a D end and then go run a route, or chip a D end and then go to the secondary and get a block.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah. Tyler Warren he would be definitely a top 3 favorite of mine to win Rookie of the Year right now. But it is obviously the award's favorite quarterback all the time. Yeah. So obviously Jackson Dart's leading right now with Emeka Egbuka.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tyler Warren would be up there.
I think Tyler Warren is in the conversation for best tight end in the league right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I'd say top 3 is going to be, when he's healthy, Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
Tyler Warren and Trey McBride. That would be my top 3 right now.
Yeah. No, I can't really disagree. I mean, I would probably put Jake Furgerson in there.
A little bit of name bias there.
Yeah. No, I mean, he's a number 1 tight end right now, fantasy wise, production wise. It's like 7 touchdowns as a tight end. So, I mean, bias for him being on my fantasy team, but Jake Ferguson's top 3.
I am not as familiar with his game as I am with the 3 that I listed. So I mean, I'll have to.
He does get buried in deep behind guys like George Pickens, and he's not going to be a guy that goes over the top. But he's a good safety valve, and he'll constantly put up a touchdown for you.
Which for me, just in the league that we are in today, where there's a lot of people running 12 personnel, where you've got 2 tight ends out there, where you're doing these jumbo sets. I think I place more value on the blocking ability of a tight end than I do their receiving ability. Yeah. Because you've got all of these running backs that you see that are, putting up major stats. You look at last year with Saquon, Goddard was doing a great job in the blocking game.
Yeah.
You look at Christian McCaffrey this year, especially in this past game, he's got a great blocking tight end. You look at Jonathan Taylor, he's got probably the best blocking tight end in the game right now.
Yeah.
So all of these backs that you're seeing, and even we were just talking about it with Josh Jacobs, Tucker Kraft. Tucker Kraft is a great blocking tight end. You've got all these guys that thrive in that 12 personnel with getting a chip on an outside linebacker or a D end, and then getting to the second level and blocking a linebacker or blocking a safety. And these guys that are consistently doing that are making their running backs' lives so much easier, and you're seeing major production gains from that.
Yeah. And for another tight end that we soon could be talking about more is Arondé Gadsden from Syracuse.
Really?
7 receptions for 164 yards and a touchdown. Hello. Welcome to the league.
Yeah, goodness.
But
this is going to sound crazy. I'm not familiar with his game. What team is he on?
He played for he's the Chargers tight end.
Okay.
I never heard about him until this game.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was their starter, if I'm being honest.
I'll be honest. The only really good Chargers tight end that I can ever think of is just Antonio Gates.
I know.
I know that he doesn't play anymore, but that's...
I couldn't even think of who their tight end was before Jackson came along, but... the Chargers are also feeling the effect of missing. Who's that running back?
You talking about
rookie running back? Amarian Hampton. I think they're feeling the effect.
Which their running back room has been depleted from the start because they lost Najee.
Yeah.
Now they've lost Omarion Hampton, which Omarion Hampton will be back.
He will be back.
Najee obviously will not.
Yes.
And that's honestly horrible for Najee. He has had a rough go of it. He's been on a Steelers team for a very long time that really wasn't giving him the touches that I feel like he deserved.
Yeah.
And also like didn't have great offensive line play.
Yeah.
And now he's on the Chargers, who finally, he probably had an opportunity to have a great rushing season, and then he's out, and that's rough.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the game. Colts dominated. Chargers.
What were Herbert's stats here?
Herbert was 37 of 55 for 3 touchdowns.
37 of 55. He threw the ball 55 times.
Yeah, he's also their leading rusher. So that's once again when you're pocket passer. I mean, not that Justin Herbert isn't just a pocket passer, but he is primarily like kept in the pocket. Like they don't like having him run around.
Yeah,
but whenever he's your leading rusher,
and whenever he's throwing the ball 55 times, any quarterback in the league today, besides maybe Dak, if they're throwing the ball 55 times, your run game must be non-existent.
Yeah.
And as the tape shows, it was non-existent.
Yeah.
They had to be throwing the ball consistently.
Yeah.
What were Quentin Johnston's stats right here?
Let's look and see. He had a touchdown. He was their 4th leading receiver. He was 2 receptions for 30 yards. This was led by, and their receiving core is led by Gatson. And then Keenan Allen, 11 receptions, 119 and a touchdown. Ladd McConkey's starting to come back to his former self last year. 9 receptions for 67.
67. Talk about Keenan Allen, man, making his return to the Chargers this year, and he's just been doing what he always does, which is consistently producing on a big level. I mean, 11 receptions for 119. You're averaging almost 12 yards per reception. Yeah. That's fairly impressive for a guy of his age. He's getting up there in years.
Yeah.
He's another guy that I think if he would have had consistent quarterback play, he could have been in that same conversation as like Mike Evans, where you're talking about a guy that is a consistent 1,000-yard receiver, and he just has never really had great quarterback play other than Phillip Rivers.
Yeah. But Colts defense, they held the Chargers in check for pretty much the whole first half, like 3 points.
Who are the real players over there? What do we got? Deion Branch? No, that's Lions. What am I thinking of?
Yeah. This team's led by guys like Cam, like almost guy you wouldn't really think of. Besides DeForest Buckner, DeForest Buckner's their big name. Cam Bynum.
Okay.
Kenny Moore. He's still there.
Aren't a couple of their starting corners out? Don't they? Aren't they a little bit depleted on the secondary? Charvarius Ward.
Charvarius Ward.
Yeah, he's still out.
He was out for this game.
Their boy that.
Oh yeah, they got Zaire Franklin.
Okay.
They got him. Jermaine Pratt.
Yeah. So definitely a little bit depleted. That's another team, man. That makes me change my opinion a little bit about the Colts, because I was like, in my mind, I was like, how can they get much better than they are currently? But if they get a couple of those key pieces back on defense as well, I mean, they're already a dangerous team, but I mean, how much more dangerous can they get? That's incredible.
Yeah, that'll be a good team to watch. But yeah, it pretty much sums up that game.
Okay.
So to go to the 12 p.m. games.
Okay.
Let's start with correct. The Broncos and Giants was a 325 game as well. And one of the most exciting games of the season. Exciting
game, improbable comeback. You've got 1,300 games going with a team down as many as they were. What did we say? It was 19. They were down 19 going into the fourth. So, I mean, 1,300 games had passed with a team being down 19 in the fourth and not winning. The Broncos are the first to do that.
Yeah.
First time that they're in the lead of the AFC West since 2015. Yeah. Phenomenal game by Jackson Dart, honestly, other than the late pick.
Yeah.
You've got Bo Nix going off in the fourth quarter. That whole offense really going off in the fourth quarter.
How about 2 tipped passes that ended up being touchdowns? Both.
Yes.
By both
I
teams.
Totally forgot to mention that. Yeah, dude. I mean, we're talking Troy Franklin in the back of the end zone.
That was incredible.
That was incredible. What focus by him to track that ball and then come down with it inbounds.
And then for the Giants, it was
their tight end, right?
Their tight end. Who was it? Was it Daniel Bellinger?
Bellinger.
They're trying to slant pass to Wando Robinson,
and that worked perfectly. It almost looked like a hook and ladder way that it happened.
It did, and it was a perfect throw by Jackson Dart and hit Wando right in the hands, but tipped it right to Bellinger, and then he sets an unintentional block on the defensive back that was guarding Bellinger, and Bellinger takes it all the way for the touchdown.
Also, little known storyline that I just saw happened upon this morning. So everybody, obviously, when they think of the Broncos defense, they think of PS2. Patrick Surtain has been the leading corner in the league since he got in the league. He won Defensive Player of the Year for a reason. However, Riley Moss on the other side of the ball has quietly allowed the lowest completion percentage of any corner in the league up to this point.
Wow.
I mean, just playing phenomenal ball. That is incredible, let alone, their defensive line, Nick Benito.
Yeah.
Who's their other young buck, dude?
Nick Benito. They got thinking of.
I'm trying to think of the white guy.
Zach Allen. Are you thinking of?
Yes, I think so. They're combining for a bunch of sacks. Yeah. Currently lead the league in sacks by like 10. It's incredible. So obviously that's a point that needed to be touched on. And just, they put together a great fourth quarter performance, not to overshadow. It did overshadow the Giants' performance, but also the underlying story there. The memorial game for Demaryius Thomas, rest in peace, died at 33. We scored 33 points in the fourth quarter. Kind of a beautiful little moment there.
Very beautiful. Yeah.
That was the celebratory 10-year anniversary of the Broncos Super Bowl in 2015. Peyton Manning, Von Miller, Chris Harris Jr., Aqib Talib, DeMarcus Ware, those guys, that amazing Broncos defense that was for the first 4 weeks outscoring the Broncos offense. Just incredible, that team. Yeah. So, just a lot of emotion surrounding that game.
Yeah, and tough if you're a Giants fan or just a Giants player. Looking back at this game, you should have won. Hit your extra points,
It's obvious when you see Jackson Dart on the sideline as that field goal went in. Yeah. On the verge of tears, and I'm not saying that to say that he's a crybaby or anything. That's understandable in that moment.
Just, competitive, I think he's a very competitive guy.
And I think, if anything, that's just going to make him better.
Yeah.
Him having to watch that happen, I don't think that he's going to let his team get into many of those scenarios going forward.
Yeah, I agree. And I know this is a big point we made last week talking about this game was the Giants' defensive line. Could they put pressure on Bo Nix? And
they did.
At the beginning, that entire first half, 8 QB hits, two sacks. Broncos really stepped up the second half, though.
Yeah,
I think that could have been a lot worse for them.
Honestly, to hold that defensive line and that defensive front to that little quarterback hits and sacks. We just talked about a game moments ago where, the Cardinals allowed, so many QB hits, so many sacks, and so for them to do that against Dexter Lawrence, Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns. Those guys that's a phenomenal team, and I think that they're going to be dangerous down the stretch. So
yeah, I completely agree. So now we hit the 12 p.m. games. Start with probably, a really poor game was the Panthers and Jets. Just 13-6 ball game. Man.
That's
Justin Fields. I don't know what happened.
What did he have negative yardage again?
No.
Okay.
He got taken out. Tyrod Taylor came in to replace him.
T-Mobile.
Yeah, obviously.
I've got a soft spot in my heart for T-Mobile. Yeah. I like Tyrod Taylor a lot.
Do. Well, it wasn't a pretty game when he came in either.
Yeah.
Two interceptions. Obviously, without Garrett Wilson, this team has no wide receivers to help out, and so I'm not gonna sit here and fault Justin Fields. I think the manager or the owner said something about.
Oh my God!
Justin Fields
came
too.
out and said something in a press conference. Said that the quarterback play has been subpar.
Yeah,
it's like that's something that you discuss with the coach or you discuss with the GM. You don't go and say that to the public. I mean, if I was a quarterback in this upcoming draft class and the Jets wanted to pick me up,
oh man,
that I'd be looking at a Caleb Williams situation. Like, hey, I'll just stay in college if you try to draft me, because that is, I mean, that's atrocious. Who would want to play for an owner like that? That's unacceptable.
But yeah, I mean, Bryce Young threw a touchdown pass.
So Jets are still defeated.
Jets are
right?
still defeated. And I think let's look at their schedule actually. Now we talk about that. See what kind of
I don't know if they might go completely defeated.
They travel to the Bengals this upcoming weekend, which we can discuss later about that.
Also, well, here, let's just discuss this. I mean, with that matchup coming up, I think it's worth discussing. We've talked about one, slump already with CJ Stroud. What about the slump of Sauce Gardner? I mean, he came into the league, set the league ablaze with, his coverage skills, and just his size was huge. He's a big dude. His coverage skills are phenomenal. Yeah. His ball skills are great. He was able to create a lot of turnovers early on, and now, I mean, maybe it's just because they don't throw at him as much.
That's the thing. Yeah, I completely. So I think of this. I'm not saying he's no Darrelle Revis or anything, but there is an effect of, oh man, this corner's just like he's locking down my receiver. Yeah. So like, why would I even try to throw it his way? So,
I'd say that's part of it, but also like, I mean, some receivers have been going in there and giving him work.
Yeah.
And that's not good. You can't see that from your star corner that you're paying absurd amounts of money to.
Yeah. I completely agree.
Especially when he is now under a great defensive head coach, like a guy that made that Lions defense so good. And honestly, don't get me wrong, the Jets defense has really kind of been phenomenal. They haven't allowed a ton of points, considering that their offense has been 100% stagnant. They've been able to make stops and, hold teams to few points. I mean, this was what did you say, 13-7 ball game?
13-6.
13-6 ball game. So like that's pretty good on their defense.
Yeah. And just the Carolina defense, just honestly not a lot of big names, but this is like one of the best defenses in the league right now.
Yeah.
I mean, how about J.C. Horn, 2 interceptions?
Yeah, that's huge.
That's very huge.
What did we so we looked at Rico Dowdle's offensive performance over the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
What did he do this week?
So with Chuba Hubbard coming back, it was a little down. Obviously lost some carries. I think he still led take that back. I think he was 2 carries shy of what Chuba Hubbard was.
Okay.
But they rotated pretty frequently. He was 17 carries for 79, so still
a good performance.
Still led the
especially now that he's splitting carries.
The backfield. And I think that will continue going into next weekend.
What are Bryce Young's stats in this one?
So Bryce Young was 15-25 for a touchdown before he left with an ankle injury.
Okay. Do we know the extent of the ankle injury? Is it a sprain?
I think it was just a sprain. I believe he's gonna be back. I don't think it was anything major.
That's still, I mean, that sucks because he's a nimble guy and he's one of those dudes that can make people miss. And, a big part of his ability is his ability to make people miss. He's fast. Yeah. He's shifty. So, anytime you have a guy like that returning with, being kind of questionable now, that takes away some of his ability. So that's something to watch going forward.
Yeah. So just as yesterday it was they listed Young as a non-participant. So I think it will most likely be Andy Dalton.
Non-partisan in practice yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, so I think it would be Andy Dalton starting.
The Red Rocket.
The Red Rocket. But yeah, it's a boring game there. And then the Eagles and Vikings. Now this was a fun game. Obviously not the way I thought it would go. I thought this would be a run heavy game. Turns out Jalen Hurts is still Jalen Hurts, and this team can beat you more than just sneaking on 4th and 1. Jalen Hurts can throw a football.
Yep.
As proven with his 3 touchdowns, perfect passer rating, 326 yards. I mean, I guess the Vikings have one of the best pass defenses in the league as well. So
yeah,
to do that against them was nothing short of incredible.
Absolutely. And we spoke about this earlier. AJ Brown's still complaining over his usage when he put up 120 yards off of 11 receptions. Yeah. So was it 11 receptions or 13?
Let me look and see. It was he received 6 targets for 121 yards.
Okay, never mind. That's actually his targets are still kind of down, but I mean, he's making the most out of them. Obviously, that's 20 yards per reception.
I mean, he averaged 20 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like, I mean, if I'm a receiver,
I'm not complaining about that.
Yeah, but I mean, I could being a number 1. Yeah, it sucks, but complaining after being a high caliber team and being first place in your division, it's just.
And winning a Super Bowl.
Just crazy. Yeah, winning a Super Bowl.
You cannot complain coming off of a Super Bowl.
Just crazy to me. But Devontae Smith, though, what a freaking just great receiver he is.
That was something that we talked about last week. That is a guy that keeps his head down.
Yeah.
And he does not complain.
Yeah.
He gets his targets when he gets them. And obviously he makes the most out of them. What were his stats on that?
Yeah, he was 9 receptions for 183 yards and a touchdown.
So another guy averaging 20 yards per reception.
Yeah.
And then 1 touchdown, you said?
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, what a player that guy is. And also, he's not a locker room cancer.
No,
like our boy AJ Brown is starting to turn into.
Yeah,
so,
that's not a good thing to see. You never want a guy like that in your room.
No.
Then we got the Chiefs and Raiders. And watching this game at home was tough to watch.
Ugly game for the Raiders.
Yeah, I was very wrong about this game too. I believe, granted, I didn't know. I thought Brock Bowers was coming back, and I didn't know they were without Jacoby Myers. But I thought this was a game where, yes, I figured the Chiefs would win, but I thought the Raiders would make it competitive
or put up a score at least.
Yeah, put up more than 3 first downs.
And then we're talking about Ashton Genty, 6 carries for 20 yards and some change.
Yeah, I get you gotta. It's just teams always stop going away.
They go away from the run.
They go away from the run every time, and
you cannot have a back like Ashton Genty on your team and hand the ball to him 6 times.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been tried and tried. Teams always think they can go away from the run and throw the ball against the Chiefs, but that's rarely worked unless if you're the Eagles.
If you can successfully run the ball on the Chiefs, you will win the ball game.
You will. And maybe one team will finally figure it out. But yeah, not even putting up 100 yards of total yards of offenses, not winning football.
No, not bueno.
But I guess the only bright side is Landon Roberts had 18 total tackles in this game.
There you go.
So congrats to him.
What's if you can look up the defensive stats on that game and tell me what our boy Chris Jones is up to, because he has been bouncing back pretty good after that game against the
Jaguars.
Where he was seen standing and watching Trevor Lawrence run into the end zone.
Yeah, Chris Jones. He got a sack. So that's good to see.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was pretty much it. I mean, he's still putting a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
That's his game. He's gonna.
He takes up 2 guys every time.
Draw up double teams and allow your defensive ends to just go after the quarterback. So.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I think Chris Jones saw what he did, and he was like, he took that to heart, and now he's really putting in the effort.
Yeah.
Obviously, saw Rashee Rice come back in this game and put up 2 touchdowns.
It's huge for the Chiefs.
It was very huge that's going to be a tough team to stop right
also,
now.
Xavier Worthy has been looking better and better as he goes on. He's not the Tyreek Hill replacement that people initially thought he was.
Yeah.
But I think he is still going to turn out to be a very good player for the Chiefs organization.
Yeah.
So
no, I mean it's a tough team. Like I don't know how you stop them. I mean, you got Rashee Hollywood Brown. I mean, Hollywood Brown's a guy who he's gonna Rashee Rice and what's that guy's name? We just talked about
Xavier Worthy.
Yeah. Xavier Worthy. Like those guys are gonna eat up a lot of defenses.
Yes.
And then you just got Hollywood Brown.
Which that's a lot of speed. That they're playing ball very similar to how the Dolphins did last year and 2 years ago when they had a healthy Tyreek. In fact, more in the aspect of 2 years ago, like when they put 72 on the Broncos.
Yeah.
Like that was because they had a team where you could have Tyreek put up 200 in the first half.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, now, we'll talk about them in a minute, but I mean, that's just, it's incredible when you've got a super, super fast offensive unit. I mean, even Isaiah Pacheco, he's a pretty fast back. Like you've got all these guys that can really put the burners on and scare a defense deep. And then that opens up lanes in the run game. That opens up Patrick Mahomes for these 10-yard little skitters, scrambles. It's just, and, as much as it pains me to say it, any team that has Patrick Mahomes on their side has a chance to win at all times.
Yeah, and then you think you got the deep ball covered, and then there's Travis Kelce just doing one of those little sit-down routes at the first down marker.
He is so good at finding the weak points in his zone.
Yeah.
And if you play zone coverage, you will get sliced and diced the whole game by the Mahomes-Kelce connection.
Yeah.
It's going to happen because they're too good. Their chemistry is too good, and Mahomes knows where he is going to be, and Kelce knows where the weak point in the zone is. So, I mean, he's going to find it, and he's going to get you with those little 7-8 yards. And when they're playing on schedule, that's when they're really dangerous. When you get the Chiefs behind schedule, when you get them into like a 3rd and 8 or a 2nd and 12, when you get them into these situations where they are in obvious passing situations, that is where they tend to break down. So if they can play on schedule, they're going to be a good team. It's just going to be a matter of if defenses can get them playing off schedule.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about the Patriots going to Tennessee, and after the first quarter, you'd think Tennessee was looking like a new team. They were winning 10-3, and then all fell downhill from there.
This is the game where we saw the Cam Ward ghost fumble, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that is
this game.
That is something that I wanted to talk about because, I mean, he, up to this point, has at least been playing pretty sound football. I don't think that, like, in any way, shape, or form, you can blame any of their losses on him.
No.
Like, he doesn't have very many weapons, but he's still been playing clean football. This is the first game where I really saw, like, a breakdown in his performance as a quarterback and his performance as a passer of the football.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's what are you going to do against a Mike Vrabel defense?
Yeah.
Mike Vrabel is just one of the best defensive guys in the league, and now you got a Patriots team who
Drake May is looking like an MVP candidate.
Yeah, Drake May, like, I think he's either 3rd or 4th as an MVP favorite right now,
and he deserves it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Stephon Diggs has been like a revelation for their offense. Like he has been having a real renaissance year. He looks like the Stephon Diggs that we saw with the Vikings, when we saw the Minneapolis Miracle and all that. Like he's looking like a younger him.
Yeah, I think he's huge for this for the receiving court because they're a pretty young receiver court minus Diggs. So I think he's a very good guy to have.
Yeah, he's a vet, bringing a good presence in the locker room. Yeah.
But yeah, not much
And I think, I think we've seen a real maturity in Diggs as just a guy.
Yeah.
Because obviously during the offseason, he had some issues where he was spotted on the yacht with like pink cocaine or something like that. He was spotted with some drugs.
Yeah.
He obviously has had the thing with Cardi B.
Yeah.
He's had some off the field issues, and he had a lot of issues when he was in Buffalo with doing the same thing that A.J. Brown did, where it was, always complaining about his targets, complaining about this, complaining about that.
Yeah.
And this year, we're not seeing that out of him.
No.
He seems to have cleaned up his act. So until further notice, I'm going to say that Diggs is one of the guys in the league.
Yeah. Yeah. New England, first in the AFC or the AFC East right now too. So
that's huge.
That's good for them.
Yeah. I think it's always fun when there's a good Pats team. I know that everybody hated it when it was the Tom Brady dynasty when he won six. Well, yeah,
I loved it.
When he won 6 championships with them, I mean, there were a lot of people that really despised that Patriots team, but it's fun to have a good Patriots team.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're this almost reminded me of that old like 2010s football again. You got Patriots, the Chargers,
Broncos,
Colts, Broncos, all first place right now.
Yep, Chiefs 3-3.
Yeah, it's looking like old school football again. So that's awesome to see.
Or 4-3 now. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, not much needs to be said about the Browns and Dolphins. Minus the fact that Quinshon Judkins.
I think there is something that needs to be said about this game.
I bet we can say it at the same time.
Dylan Gabriel pass attempts?
That, or I was thinking of Tua. Turn the ball over.
I mean, that's one thing, but like, how much do they not trust Dylan Gabriel to only give him 13 pass attempts? Was it?
Yeah, it's 18.
18 pass attempts. He was 13 for 18?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's pretty low. No passing touchdowns.
Yeah.
He did have, what was it, 128 yards?
Yeah, 116, yeah.
116 yards.
Sure. Yeah, not a lot.
I mean, I don't think they trust him very much. And why at this point have they not turned to Shedeur?
I mean, you can't. I don't think until he really crumbles, I don't think we're going to see Shedeur. I think they know that Quinshon is
that boy,
that guy.
Yeah,
and I mean, proves 3 rushing touchdowns. I think they're just winning. Like we say this with Cam Ward. Like, I mean, Dylan Gabriel doesn't have many weapons either. So why would you tell him to force stuff up when
that's true?
He doesn't have to. I mean, the same with we go to college football and we see Julian saying,
yep,
like in big game, like that big game against Texas,
yeah,
like they didn't want him to have to force anything.
But I mean, I do think we're talking about a way different situation there, because when you look at the weapons that Dylan Gabriel has, which obviously this week he did not have Njoku. Njoku was out, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So Njoku out, but I mean, other than that, throughout the season, his weapons have been Njoku, Judkins out of the backfield every once in a while, and Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a stacked roster versus you look at Julian saying, I mean, Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate. I don't know really much about their running back right now. It looks like their tight end is pretty solid this year again.
Pretty solid tight end, yeah.
So like he's got weapons. I think that is more of like, I think Ohio State knows that they don't need to really step on the gas pedal until late season.
And obviously, like they've shown, which we'll get into college football later, but I mean, obviously you can see that
they're going to cruise to wins.
Stats for
they're a playoff team and they're probably undefeated. I don't think that they're going to face another challenge this year.
Yeah.
But back to this Browns game, if it was me in the preseason, Shedeur did show that he can pass the ball. He is a good passer. And he makes smart decisions. And he's also, listen, I love our short kings out here, but he's also like 4 inches taller than Dylan Gabriel. And Dylan Gabriel has shown already difficulties with getting a lot of passes batted down, not seeing his passing lanes because his tackles and guards are all, 7 inches taller than him.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah. I don't think till we see like really bad game out of Gabriel, I don't think we'll see.
Well, and that's the thing. With a game like this where they're only giving him 18 attempts, we're not going to see a bad game out of him. And like, I don't know, that just to me, I don't like the way that Kevin Stefanski is managing the situation. That's just me. Obviously, I'm not a head coach.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that. He knows ball. But I don't see a situation where Dylan Gabriel being the starting quarterback is beneficial for that team.
I mean, I don't really think it would have mattered who was in quarterback for the Browns when you got Tua throwing 3 interceptions.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
Two of them were returned for touchdowns. I remember correctly. Let's see here. Okay, sorry, just one was returned for a touchdown. I mean, that one interception returned for a touchdown would have won them the ball game. So I don't really. I mean, whoever's in at quarterback for the Browns, it's going to be tough, anyways. Like having the weapons that they have, but I mean, this Browns defense is also just very good. So
yes, and Myles Garrett, I mean, he's phenomenal. He's gonna be phenomenal for his whole career.
So what do you? So if you're the Dolphins, head coach, do you start Quinn Ewers this weekend, or do you put Tua back out there?
I think I put Tua back out there on a tentative first half performance. If he does not perform, if I'm Mike Daniels and I see Tua out there and he's floundering like he has been the past couple games, I think I pull him and I put in Quinn Ewers.
Yeah.
But that is it. A lot of this is so tied to the money that you can't pull a quarterback that is one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league for a rookie unless it's really, really time. And it might be time, and because you lose a couple more games, you're going to take yourself out of playoff contention, at the first half of the season.
Yeah.
Because what's their record right now?
The Dolphins?
Yeah.
They're 1-6.
1-6.
Yeah.
I mean, they have to win out basically to have a playoff chance. Yeah. I mean, well, I don't know. They could probably get a fringe wild card spot if they lost maybe 1 or 2.
Maybe, yeah.
I think you finish 9-7, you can probably squeak out a wild card spot.
Yeah. Let's jump on to the Saints and Bears.
Caleb Williams is looking good, dude.
Yeah. He didn't have his best game though. He's 15-26, an interception, 172 yards. I think the story for the Saints is Alvin Kamara. He's lost like all his explosiveness.
Yeah.
11 carries for just 28 yards. Not seeing much work out of in the passing game like he used to. Chris Olave though, you have him in fantasy. I didn't know I was playing him.
What was his performance?
5 receptions, 98 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Oof.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Heck of a game for Olave.
Yeah, the guy I was playing, he had Chris Olave, AJ Brown, and CeeDee Lamb as.
Oh God.
Yeah. So
tell me this, okay? So from what you've seen so far out of Spencer Rattler, this is another one.
Yeah.
If he has another mediocre first half in this next game, do you consider throwing in Tyler Show?
Man.
Dude, like Tyler Show, from what I've seen on tape of him in college, he's a good quarterback.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, not that Spencer Rattler really had a bad.
He hasn't had a bad season, but he's not.
They did select Tyler Shuck pretty early.
Yeah.
So I mean,
what was he, second rounder?
I think he was second rounder.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah. Eventually, I think
you got to look at it at least as a possibility. What's their record right now?
I mean, they're 1-6 also. So
yeah, like
I think at some point in
you
got
to look at making some changes.
Yeah.
Who's their secondary back? Who's behind Kamara?
What is his name? I had him in fantasy because I thought he was going to take over. Kendre Miller.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, this Saints team just can't run the ball in general. 44 yards of total rushing.
And I think this is a team where we're seeing, unlike the Niners, unlike the Colts, it's pretty poor offensive line play right here. And, what we were talking about with the tight ends, they don't really have an elite blocking tight end. So it doesn't surprise me very much that they're not having any success in the run game. It's just, it's tough to have success when you don't have the ability personnel-wise to do it. Because personnel-wise, there are teams right now, like I said, Colts, Niners, Packers. There are teams with a great back and a great blocking tight end, and being able to put that jumbo personnel out there, that jumbo set, that 12 personnel, being able to do that, it's huge for the run game. And we are starting to see a little bit of a resurgence of like that kind of late 80s, early 90s style of ball where the run comes first.
Yeah.
And the teams that are not running it first are not winning.
Yeah.
The only team that's really having any sort of success with no run game is the Bengals.
Yeah, Bengals. Kansas, you probably put Kansas City up there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even, I wouldn't say that the Bengals or Kansas City have no run game.
Yeah.
But they're kind of doing the opposite, where for them, the pass opens up the run.
Yes.
Whereas like you've got a team like the Eagles who the run opens up the pass.
Yes.
And I don't know how long that will be sustainable if you're having to always pass the ball when you come up against some of these elite secondaries and you can't get either one going. That's going to result in a loss.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we go to the London game with the Rams and Jaguars, and what would you know? No Puka, no problem for Matt Stafford and the Rams.
Ooh, I like that. No Puka, no problem.
Yeah.
Pookie Bear out.
Yeah, Puka out, and Stafford throws 5 touchdowns.
God.
Yeah,
what a performance.
What a performance. And
oh my God, I wonder what his fantasy points were.
Oh man, they were like
through the roof.
Yeah,
had to be.
Was it 34, 35, something like that?
I mean,
not that high, because
way to get it done. Who were his passing touchdowns to? Say that to the camera real quick, because I am going for a a restroom break.
Devontae Adams, 2 receiving touchdowns. You had Devontae Adams was 3 receiving touchdowns. Terrence Ferguson comes in, gets a touchdown, and Konata Monkfield, he gets a touchdown for himself. Just a great game for the Rams in general. Jaguars put up 358 total yards and can only put up 7 points. So great job by the Rams defense. Travis Hunter gets his first touchdown in his rookie season. He led the league. Not led the league. He led the Jaguars in receiving yards, breaking the 100-yard mark.
Who is this?
Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter? Yeah. Led in receptions.
Led in receptions, led in
not BTJ,
yards.
Huh?
Not BTJ.
Where was he at? Receptions wise and yards.
I know he didn't have this was a very poor game for BTJ. Yeah, 3 receptions for just 31 yards.
Still averaging 10 yards a reception.
Yeah, but on 7 targets. So
oh, okay. You think that was due to drops or good cornerback play?
The Rams do have they do play very good defense. I know that.
They don't really have any lockdowns, though.
Yeah, I don't think they really have any amazing corners.
Yeah.
You got Emmanuel Forbes, but
they don't have Ramsey anymore.
So I think this might just have been poor drops.
Oh, wow. I mean, they could have been bad balls, too.
Could have been bad balls, yeah.
We know that Trevor Lawrence is not immune to those.
Yeah. But I think that one of the most important things in this game was the Rams getting after Trevor Lawrence. 7 sacks in this game.
7?
10 hits. 10 QB hits.
Oh my God!
Do you know if 11 QB hits?
Do you know if QB hits are factored into sacks? Like on those 7 sacks, is it like 11 QB hits, but 7 of them were sacks?
No, I think 11 QB hits are
completely separate
by itself. Like saying that like they hit him, but he got the ball out.
Okay,
stuff like that.
Because I didn't know if that was like a combined stat or if that was 2 separate columns.
I believe they're 2 separate.
Okay.
But
how was what were Travis Etienne's stats in there?
So Etienne was just 8 carries for 44 yards. So
not great.
Like we're just talking about, if you can't run the ball effectively, you're not.
Almost the same as Saquon's yards.
Yeah.
Huh.
And Saquon did have a lot more carries too. So. Yeah, but like I said, can't run the ball, then
can't score.
You can't score. And Thursday night game, a game that we all probably thought was going to be
the Icy Hot Bowl.
The Icy Hot Bowl between Flacco and Rodgers.
2 oldest quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah, this game was far from boring. Very exciting football game. Joe Flacco putting up 3 touchdowns with over 340 yards passing.
Yep.
Jamar Chase, 16 receptions, 161 yards, and a touchdown.
Yep.
Pat Freiermuth, stepping up with 2 touchdowns, 111 yards.
Yep.
Receiving as well.
Wow. On how many targets?
On, let's see, it was on 6 targets. He had 5 receptions.
Wow. I mean, that's talk about yards after the catch.
Yeah, no kidding. Averaging 22 yards a catch.
That's crazy.
T. Higgins, 6 receptions for 96 and a touchdown.
Yep. Which, I mean, T. Higgins, what a player this year when it comes to his play where he got down at the line right before the goal line, just making sure that his team wins games.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers looks great. Especially when he's not getting tackled by his offensive lineman.
Yeah.
That is, unacceptable.
Yeah.
We talked about this previously, but
about it.
Just not something that you can do with a 41-year-old quarterback.
Yeah. And I don't even know if Aaron Rodgers goes down, I don't even know who their backup is.
Not Pickett.
It would be, man. Let's look and see.
Because Pickett's on the Browns now, so it's not.
Mason Rudolph would be their backup.
Well, I mean, Mason Rudolph has played some good football for them as a backup.
Yeah, but
I mean, you don't want him in the game.
Yeah, you don't want it. I mean, hypothetically, if Aaron Rodgers and Mason Rudolph are the only quarterbacks in the locker room right now, because they got Will Howard on IR.
Oh.
So, yeah, don't want to see Rodgers getting hurt,
No.
especially since he, like I said, he is playing very good football and helping this Steelers offense is finally looking like an offense that can compete with anyone.
That's a story right there with Will Howard that I think what is going to happen here, if I had to guesstimate the next 2 to 3 years in the Steelers franchise as far as the quarterback position goes, I would say that Will Howard is going to sit behind Aaron Rodgers for 2, if not 3 of those years. And I would say that they're going to play him in garbage time and get some trade value out of him. And I really think coming out of college, he was not looked at as much as he should have been. I think Will Howard is a very good quarterback.
Yeah.
I think he's very competitive, and he's he's a proven winner. He went out and won a national title. So I think Will Howard is going to be a good quarterback in the league once he finally gets some legit playing time.
Yeah. Well, that wraps up our games from NFL games from last weekend.
Okay.
We can go ahead and make our predictions for games this weekend.
Out comes the prediction book.
Yeah.
Last week we didn't keep track of them, so we really don't know if our takes hit or not.
We did a horrible job last week of.
Yeah. All right.
So we jump into today with some Thursday night football and what will be a very good game with the Vikings and Chargers. Right now, Chargers are favored -3.5. I think.
Okay, what did you say the game is?
So Vikings at Chargers. Chargers favored -3.5. This is going to be a very good football game. I think this game comes down to.
I think it comes down to quarterback play.
It does come down to quarterback play.
Because it really, I think this Vikings team, if you get good quarterback play out of Carson Wentz, they're a winning football team.
Yeah.
But if Carson Wentz has one of his days where he is like being super frantic with the ball, not, going through his proper progressions, rushing out of clean pockets, all that, then it's going to go downhill. So, but for me, I think a Chargers bounce back game with a Chargers cover is what I'm going to say right here.
I will be going with you. I think the Chargers win this game. I think they cover as well. Just basically a pick 'em. Who you think will win? I think if the Chargers can protect Justin Herbert and Justin Herbert can hit his targets, I think they can replicate what the Eagles did. And because we thought the Vikings had like the best passing defense.
Yeah.
The Eagles, who are not a passing offense, goes in and puts up 300 yards on them. So I think you get a team like Chargers who can throw the ball a lot better than what Jalen Hurts can. And I think the Chargers win this. I think they win. I say 27-20.
Yeah.
My prediction.
I'm gonna be interested to see if we see another great performance by their tight end Gatson.
Yes, that's another thing. I think Gatson will be huge in this game as well. Obviously, Chargers are dealing with O-line injuries. Vikings can get after the quarterback, but if Gatson can get open in those soft spots, I think I look for him to have another big game.
I think that's going to be huge. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next matchup.
Yeah, so next matchup is the Dolphins and Falcons. I think not much needs to be said for me. Falcons are favored -7.5. It's at Atlanta. Michael Penix is questionable, though. He was limited. I think he is going to play, but
I don't think that matters as much because this Dolphins team has not been able to stop a runny nose. They're pretty horrible when it comes to run or pass defense, and you're going up against a team that can do both. Kyle Pitts, Drake London, and arguably the best back in the league in Bijan Robinson. So this is another one where I'm probably gonna go with the favorite. I think Vegas knows something here. I'm going Falcons plus points here.
Yeah, I mean, not much needs to be said for me either. Falcons bounce back win after a tough loss on Sunday night. I think they win and cover the 7.5 as well. Then we go to the Jets Bengals, where it's reported that Tyrod Taylor is going to be getting the start in this game.
Okay.
I don't see this being. I don't think Joe Flacco is going to have the game he did against the Steelers. I think that's just him, just beating up on Mike Tomlin.
I have an opposite take. I think that's going to be the rest of the season for him.
Really?
Yeah. I see a Joe Flacco resurgence in the league. possibly another Super Bowl MVP.
Oh.
No, but I think he is
Yeah.
going to play well. Who's favored here? Bengals?
So yeah, Bengals are favored -6.5. Garrett Wilson is questionable. I don't think he's playing. Brees Hall was on the questionable list, but I think he will be playing. And I will still take the Bengals to win this game.
With the Jets cover?
I know. I think the Bengals cover.
Okay.
I think they cover the -6.5. I think they win. In a 24-14 ball game.
Okay. Yeah. I'm taking Bengals with the Jets cover. I think that the Jets somehow string together a little bit of offense here. Like I said, I kind of believe in T-Mobile. That's my boy. I like him a lot. So that'll be an interesting one to watch.
It will be.
Also, for the viewers out there, I don't know if you knew this, I am rocking the Flacco right now, so can't pick against my boy.
Yeah. Then we go to Browns. The Cleveland Browns traveled to New England. This was what we were discussing just a few minutes ago. Was this could be a game where we possibly see Shedeur.
Yeah,
I think,
especially against this defense, if they expose Gabriel,
yeah,
it could be dangerous.
It could be, and yeah.
Who's favored here?
Patriots are favored. Only -6.5 though, so
maybe Vegas knows something.
Maybe they do, but I'm not gonna pick against Drake May, obviously.
No, and I think they cover that too. I think that's honestly, I think that's a lot more than a one-score game. I think that might be I think Pats might win that by 10.
I could see 10. I could see him win by 2 touchdowns. I'm obviously taking the Patriots to win and cover.
Okay.
Let's see. We got just a game that happened a couple weeks ago. The Giants traveled to Philadelphia, take on the Eagles. Giants are 0-4 away. So I think that has, I think that's a factor that I might take into this.
Philly favored?
Philly's favored, -7.5. Obviously, Giants coming off that tough loss against Denver. It comes down to how does that affect them coming into this week? Obviously, there's trap games, and then there's games following very emotional games.
Yeah.
And so I think they carry that emotion, and it's all and it's not good emotion. I can see the Eagles running away with this one.
Really?
But if they take that emotion and they come back from it, then I can see this being a very competitive game and possibly winning just like they did a couple weeks ago.
The Jackson Dart's face at the end of that game has me thinking that he's going to be playing like a man possessed. I'm going to take a Giants win there.
Okay, so you're taking Giants straight up?
Yeah.
I got to go with the Eagles.
Okay.
I'm rolling with the Eagles, but I take the Giants to cover. I think they win by a field goal.
Okay.
All right. Next, we go to the Bills traveling to Carolina. Carolina's 3-0 at home, but I don't think that'll matter. I think the Bills coming off a bye.
Bills favored?
Bills are favored -7.5. Bills coming off a bye. I don't think this would be a good outcome for the Panthers.
Yeah, I take Bills plus points.
I'm taking Bills plus points as well.
Okay.
Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen will have a monster game. And Bryce Young is doubtful as well. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not good. Andy Dalton for the Panthers. That doesn't sound like a good combo for me.
Hopefully, Rico Dowdle will have a big game. That will be their only.
That's the only saving grace for them. Yeah. And I mean, if the Bills come out there and handle business like they can, I think that game gets out of hand.
Yeah,
for the
absolutely.
Panthers fast.
Next we go to the Bears traveling to take on the Ravens. Lamar Jackson talks about him being back for this game.
Ooh.
So I think Vegas believes he will because they're favoring the Ravens minus 6.5, giving them a 60% chance to win. So clearly they must be thinking Lamar is going to play. And I also agree that if Lamar plays, then
I'm taking Bears straight up here.
taking Bears straight up.
I don't like a hurt Lamar. I don't think he ever plays up to his potential after when he's hurt or injured. I mean, coming back from that, I think he always kind of has a subpar performance. I'm going Bears straight up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if Lamar plays, which I'm gonna assume he does,
Yeah.
I think if the Ravens want any chance, then Lamar's gonna come back. He's basically gonna pull a Joe Burrow here.
You think he's gonna ball out?
I think he's gonna ball out.
Okay.
I think
he's going Ravens plus points.
I'm going Ravens, but I take the Bears to cover the minus 6.5. I think Ravens win by 6.
Well, okay. All right, next.
Next, we got the 49ers traveling to Houston. ESPN favors Houston minus 1.5, so this basically comes to a pick 'em as well.
I'm going Niners straight up. I mean, the Texans have not showed me anything that says that they have a sign of life as an offense.
Yeah.
And going up against that Niners D, even without Fred Warner, I still don't think that they have the firepower to do anything. And if CMC has a performance anything like what he just did, I think it's not going to be good for the Texans.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'm also going to take the 49ers with you. Yeah, until the Texans can prove that they're a team that can continually put up good numbers.
Yeah.
That's
honestly, for me, Texans are until further notice, I'm not picking them.
Yeah, I completely agree there.
Who we got next?
Next, we got the Buccaneers and Saints.
Okay.
So obviously, we know Mike Evans out. I believe Bucky Irving is. I think they're going to sit him as well.
Okay.
Chris Godwin's also out. So
who's favored?
Bucks are favored minus 3.5.
I'm still going to take the Bucks, and I'm going to take them to cover. Yeah. I think if Baker's still healthy, they have a chance to beat any team, and Ibuka's still there.
Yeah.
White is still there, right? Rashad White
Rashad White.
Yeah. So yeah, give me Bucks plus points.
Yeah, I don't see anything. I mean, that's a very low.
That's a low line.
That's a low line.
It makes me think maybe Vegas knows something, but I don't believe in the Saints enough to.
I don't either
to go with Vegas.
So I'm looking for a Bucks bounce back win. Yeah, I think they cover the spread as well.
Okay. What we got next?
Next, we got the Cowboys Broncos 325 slot. Broncos are favored minus 3.5. Yeah, like we were discussing earlier, I think this will be a high scoring game.
I think it's going to be high scoring and close.
Yes.
I take, honestly, Broncos with a Cowboy cover.
I would agree. I would hop on that train with you as well. I think Broncos win, but I think it comes down to a field goal again. It's going to be hard for the Broncos to cover all the weapons that the Cowboys have.
Yeah.
But obviously, Cowboys are statistically one of the worst defensive teams in the league still, and Broncos have their weapons.
Yeah.
And yeah, it'll be tough. I think if the only way this game is not close for the Cowboys if the Broncos just can get pressure on Dak Prescott the whole game.
Yep.
But
yeah, Dak. But see the thing, so that game specifically, Dak did very well against a Packers defense with his former boy, Micah Parsons, coming after him the whole game.
Yeah.
And Dak did a phenomenal job of getting the ball out of his hands quick and basically took Micah Parsons out of the game.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he got any sacks in that game. Maybe one.
He got that one that at the end of overtime that they recorded as a sack. Yeah.
And so, like, I mean, if Dak can do that against the Broncos and take Nick Bonito and Allen and, a couple of those other guys, if he can take them out of play, I mean, it's going to be difficult. But I still think the Broncos sneak out a win just because they've got a corner on one side who is last year's Defensive Player of the Year and a corner on the other side who is allowing the lowest completion percentage in the league. And if they can have both of those guys on CD and Pickens, respectively, I think that ends up being a bad matchup for those two receivers.
Yeah, I agree too. Yeah. We also got the Titans taking on the Colts. I don't think Colts favored minus 13.5.
Woo!
I am taking the Colts plus points.
Yeah. That's a high line, but I believe in the Colts.
Yeah, I don't see this being a good game for the Titans and Cam Ward, especially with Jonathan Taylor, the way he's playing.
Yeah, I mean he's been lights out. Honestly, Pittman has been lights out too. Michael Pittman Jr. We didn't talk about him much, but
we didn't talk about him. We didn't talk about the receiver core in general. Is actually, I mean, they got Alex Pierce, they got Josh Downs,
Adonai Mitchell.
Yeah,
I know that he had that drop at the goal line.
Yeah,
but he still is a great player and he's super explosive.
Yeah, I mean Alex Pierce led. I mean, we didn't talk about it, but Alex Pierce led the Colts in receiving yards in that game last week against the Chargers. Yeah. So he's their deep field guy. They love throwing him. Yeah. They love sending him deep and saying, "Hey, catch this."
And so like on the other end of it, where I said, Texans are my kind of until further notice, I'm not picking them. Colts are my like until further notice, I am picking them.
Yeah, completely agree. The Sunday night game is a game a lot of people have been looking for. Aaron Rodgers facing his Packers.
Ooh, yeah. And did you hear they're both rocking the throwbacks?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Green Bay's traveling to Pittsburgh. Green Bay's favored minus 2.5. Man, this is going to be a
Green Bay's favored.
Green Bay's favored. I think this is going to be a super good game.
I think this is all going to come down to Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
I think if the Steelers can keep Aaron Rodgers upright, he's playing good ball, and DK has been playing good ball.
Yeah.
Really everybody on that team has been playing good ball. So I think the Steelers have an avenue to win this, but I don't know if they can protect Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to go Packers plus points.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm taking Packers. I'm taking Packers plus points as well. Jordan Love being thrown very well with the football, and if he can stay that way, not force the turnovers.
And Josh Jacobs has been so good, and I really don't think that Steelers D has been super great against the run.
Yeah, I mean, just from last week, they gave up like 111 yards to Chase Brown.
And Chase Brown is not near the level of Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
So
I completely agree there. And Monday night will be the Commanders traveling to Arrowhead. Obviously, no Jaden Daniels is out for this game, which doesn't help. And I think Debo and Terry McLaurin, I think Coach Quinn said that both of them are practicing on Monday.
Okay.
So I think if they get them back,
that's a huge swing in their direction.
can help them out.
And Marcus Mariota played pretty good in that week that Jaden Daniels was gone.
Yeah, Marcus Mariota is like arguably one of the best backups. He beat the Chiefs before.
Yep.
So
who's favored here?
Kansas City's favored -7.5.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm taking Kami straight up.
Should I do it? Should this be my upset of the week?
Would it be?
Why not? Commanders upset.
Wow. Here we go. And like the way that people are talking about the Chiefs is like we just forgot that they are still 4-3.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. They are a good team.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you can't just erase those 3 losses.
Yeah.
And I think that it's completely possible that they give up another one here to the Commanders.
I think Commanders can I think the Commanders have a good defense. I know like it didn't show against the Cowboys, but I think the Commanders can bounce back. I think it'd just be nice to see a upset.
I'm right there with you. Right there with you. We got one more game, or is that it?
So that's it. That wraps up the
All right, so to recap, we've got we agreed on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. We agreed on 10 of the games. So we've got Chargers, Vikings. Chargers favored by 3.5. We both took Chargers plus points. Dolphins, Falcons. Falcons favored by 7.5. We both took Falcons plus points. Jets, Bengals. Bengals favored 6.5. You took Bengals plus points. I took Bengals with a Jets cover. I think that defense that offense is going to find some way to score some points. Browns, Pats. Pats favored by 6.5. We both took Pats plus points. Giants, Philly. Philly favored by 7.5. You took Eagles with a Giants cover. I took Giants straight up. Bills, Panthers. Bills favored by 7.5. We both took Bills plus points. Bears, Ravens. Ravens favored by 6.5. I took Bears straight up. You took Ravens with a Bears cover. Niners, Texans. Texans favored by 1.5. We both took the Niners straight up. Buccaneers, Saints. Buccaneers favored by 3.5. We both took Bucks plus points. Cowboys, Broncos. Broncos favored by 3.5. We both took Broncos with a Cowboy cover. Titans, Colts. Colts favored by 13.5. We both took Colts plus points. We think they're going to destroy those Tennessee Titans. Steelers versus Packers. Packers -3.5. Packers plus points for both of us. Commanders, Chiefs. Chiefs -7.5. I think that line is fraudulent. So did you. We both took Commanders straight up. So that is our Sunday, Monday, Thursday slate for the NFL. We agreed a lot there. There were a couple that we disagreed on, but I think it's going to be very interesting. And one of those games we will find out about tonight.
Yeah.
That Chargers-Vikings matchup.
Yeah, should be very good.
Now, and that one is honestly maybe the one that I feel the least confident about.
I would totally agree there.
Because we both took Chargers plus points, but God, I mean, if Carson Wentz goes out there and distributes the ball like I know he can, that's a dangerous offense, dude. You've still got Jay Jets, bro. You've still got Jordan Addison. You've still got Mason.
Yeah.
That's
we saw the Chargers we saw the actually never mind. I was thinking something different.
Where's Aaron Jones at as far as injury status?
So Aaron Jones, I think they officially took him. He has a 40-day return now. Okay. So people were saying that he could possibly play tonight. I don't see that happening.
I don't see that either, yeah.
But I believe by next weekend he should be back in the lineup.
Okay.
And I think he's going to take over that starting spot again.
All right, I like it. And today is what, October 23rd?
Yep.
Okay, October 23rd. There we go. That one is in the books. Let's move on to some college ball here.
Yeah, for exciting weekend for college football. We got...
The picks are in.
Yeah.
Picks are in.
So Friday night, man, I was I was out watching some high school football. Little did I know that I was getting notified by ESPN that Miami's trailing.
Yep.
Next thing I know, I wake up in the morning and Miami has a loss.
Yeah.
So, yeah, explain that.
Carson Beck had one of his classic blow-up games. He did it at Georgia, and now he's done it there at Miami. Like as we've said before, model of consistency for the whole year, and then every once in a while you can bank on him having one of these games where it's just he's seeing ghosts in the backfield, and it's not good when that happens. That is a recipe for disaster. What I am very curious about, I don't think that Louisville was doing great against their run game the whole time, and they really didn't run the ball a lot.
No, they didn't. I mean, Mark Fletcher, 8 carries for 18 yards.
Yeah. And I get it. They were getting stopped a little bit.
Yeah.
But you don't just completely go away from the run. We've talked about this with the NFL. We've talked about this with college. Teams that do that do not fare well.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, they've got weapons. Their young guy, Malachi Toney.
Yep.
Great receiver.
9 receptions, 135 yards.
Yep. They've got dogs all over the place. Their tight end, I forget his name.
Their tight end would be Alex Bowman.
Bowman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex Bowman, yeah.
Alex Bowman, great player. And you've got weapons on the offensive side in the receiving game, but you can't just forget about your run game, especially with a back like Fletcher.
Yeah.
He is so big, so powerful, and also pretty fast for his side. He kind of reminds me of like a little bit of a mini Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Like he is a strong, fast dude. You got to give him the rock more. And especially in a game where after that second interception, you've got to start getting more creative because obviously Carson Beck is having issues.
Yeah.
Now, do I think that's going to continue? No.
Yeah.
And this was shown at Georgia because in that game where Carson Beck was throwing interceptions all over the place, he bounced back and had a great rest of the season. I don't think that this is the end of the line for Carson Beck, but if he does have another game like this, it's not good because, I mean, their wins. I mean, what are their best wins?
Yeah, I mean the ACC is just not a very strong conference.
No.
Miami's best wins would probably be their win over Notre Dame.
Yep.
That's looking to be a very good win.
Yeah.
Let's see. They dominated South Florida, which is it's a good win. I wouldn't say very great, but South Florida has been a pretty tough team. So putting up 49 against them, I think is pretty huge. They beat Florida.
That, I mean, when we look back on it, that win is not going to look very good at the end of the season.
They beat Florida State once again.
That win doesn't look as good now
not
either.
Very good. So yeah, I mean,
so say you're on the playoff committee.
Yeah.
And this is a team with one loss. They get in, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Say now this is a team with 2 losses. Still get in? I'd say yeah.
I mean, if they hypothetically they win the ACC championship, then yeah, they're automatically in.
And so now 3-loss team.
No, not at all.
So because they don't have much margin of error. And what's the rest of their schedule?
I mean, their schedule is should be.
Is it a cakewalk?
All the way down. Stanford, SMU, Syracuse.
Okay, well, SMU
could be a tough one.
Yeah, SMU could be dangerous, especially if Kevin Jennings is healthy by that point. That's going to be a dangerous one.
So SMU's only game on this calendar I see being a tough one. Pitt and Virginia Tech.
Who is second in the ACC right now?
Right now it'd be Virginia.
Okay.
So Georgia Tech and Virginia are at the top of the ACC right now.
Okay. So, man, say that they go up against Georgia Tech in the ACC championship. I don't know if they come out of that with a win.
Yeah.
Not with the way that Haynes King has been playing.
Haynes King is,
and that's a team that I could see being a 1-loss team at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Because Georgia Tech has their next biggest game is going to be Georgia.
Yeah, and I mean we saw what they did with Georgia last year.
Yeah,
and if Georgia's defense isn't there,
yeah,
Haynes King could run all over them.
So that's, I mean, I'm not as confident with this loss. It's crazy. It has changed my entire perspective on Miami as a playoff team.
Yeah, I mean, Miami's got to win out just to even make it to the – because hypothetically, if we say Georgia Tech and Virginia win out, then those two are playing for the championship now. So, yeah, I mean, Miami's got to win out and hope
now, I do not believe Virginia will win out. I don't believe in the Hokies.
Let me look at their
I don't believe in the Cavaliers.
Yeah, because Virginia's still got to play. I mean, they barely beat Washington State, but I mean, Washington State put up a good matchup against Ole Miss.
Yeah.
So they play at North Carolina. They go to Cal, take on Wake Forest, Duke, and then they got Virginia Tech.
And that's Virginia's schedule? I see Duke being a loss there. If Darian Mensah has a Darian Mensah game, they're not going to survive that.
Yeah, Duke would be the only loss I see them having as well.
Yeah. So, man, that
yeah, I mean that changed.
Mario Cristobal and that Hurricane team is in a much different spot than they were 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. They basically got went out and hope for some luck on their side.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah. Let's go to Saturday now.
Okay.
We got a great SEC game as A&M wins by field goal over the Razorbacks. This second week in a row, the Razorbacks have competed with a top team from the SEC.
Yeah.
Taylor Green, 3 touchdowns on the ground. Or sorry, not on the ground, through the air. Let me look and see if he had any on the ground. I believe he did.
Taylor Green, we said it last week. I'll say it again. Probably the most explosive player in the nation.
12 carries, 85 yards, and 2 touchdowns through the ground. So 5 total touchdowns. And outs.
5 total touchdowns, and what did you say his total scrimmage yardage was? So you said 80 on the ground.
So 85 on the ground, 256 through the air.
So so over 300 scrimmage yards and 5 touchdowns. I mean, the guy is putting his team in situations where they can win by himself.
Yeah, and A&M couldn't stop the run in general against Arkansas as they rushed for 268 yards total. But, on the other side, you got Marcel Reed, who's just that guy also.
Yeah.
4 total touchdowns, 3 through the air and 1 on the ground.
And Marcel Reed has turned into such a complete player.
Yeah.
Like last year, if you look at what he did last year, he was good, but we didn't really know where he stood. This year, I mean, he is setting the field on fire every time he gets out there.
He's up there as a Heisman favorite now. I think he's 4th or 5th on the list.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a great game there, and great job by A&M being able to
find a way to win.
Yep. And then we go to another great SEC game with Ole Miss and Georgia.
Yep.
Gunnar Stockton, 5 total touchdowns, I believe.
The tale of 2 quarterbacks there.
Yeah. 4 through the air, 1 on the ground. Man, I thought if just Georgia defense or Georgia team in general just always finds a way to win no matter what it is. I mean, they almost came back against Bama.
Yep.
They are down 9 points against Ole Miss going into the 4th quarter, and they just shut them out.
Which this is not your typical Kirby Smart team because Georgia has had to rely on their offense quite a bit this year. That is not usual for them, and not necessarily that they have had bad offenses in the past, but they've had absolutely great defenses.
Yeah.
And so this is the first year in quite a while where I have looked at this Georgia team and gone, man, I don't know if their defense can get it done for them.
Yeah.
It's a defense that plays well, but doesn't play to the caliber of the usual Kirby Smart defense. And this was a absolute chess match. You've got Kirby Smart, one of the greatest defensive minds in college football, and then you've got Lane Kiffin, one of the best offensive minds in college football, and it did not disappoint.
Yeah, and Ole Miss being just one of the best offenses in general, like
in the nation, easily.
Yeah.
I think realistically, with what they can do on the ground and in the air, they're maybe the most complete offense in the nation.
Yeah.
They are winning on the offensive side of the ball in so many different ways. They can run it on you. They can pass. They're creative in the pass game. They are good in the screen game. They have good offensive line play. Their quarterback play has been through the roof. Trinidad Chambliss can scramble on you for 40 yards, but he can also throw it on you for 50 with his explosives. Yeah. I mean, it's a really dangerous team to face at any time in the year, and it's going to give a lot of teams trouble. But now you've got two top-tier teams in the SEC that going into this year I would have picked as playoff teams that now both have pretty tough schedules ahead of them.
Yeah.
And they're both one-loss teams. I think a two-loss team from either of those teams still makes it in the playoff because of their strength of schedule.
Absolutely.
But either of them being a three-loss team, I think they're out.
Yeah. Yeah. Georgia is on a bye this week, and they honestly have pretty easy schedule.
Other than Georgia Tech. That Georgia Tech game scares me for them because
they play Florida at home. They travel to Mississippi State. Then they play Texas, which we thought that game was going to be a very good game. But the way Texas is playing, Georgia should beat them pretty good.
What I'm curious about is if Texas is even going to be a ranked team by the time they play Georgia.
Let's look and see. I mean, after that, barely beating
Kentucky.
That
win is not like a very good win.
Yeah, see, they travel to Mississippi State, which Mississippi State can also shock you.
Yeah,
like they're not.
Mississippi State has been very good this year,
so they could shock you, and I think they're better than Kentucky, honestly. So I think that would be an interesting matchup to watch as well.
Yeah.
Then they play Vanderbilt, which this could be a trap game for them because they play Georgia the week after. So I think if they lose to Vanderbilt, I think they lose their ranking.
Yeah.
So there is a pretty good chance that Texas is not ranked going into the Georgia game.
Right now, looking at the rankings, so you've got number 1 Ohio State.
Yes.
You've got number 2
Indiana.
And you've got number 3 A&M.
Yep.
Number 4 Bama. Number 5 Ole Miss. No.
Number 5 is Georgia now.
Number 5 Georgia.
Yeah.
Number 6
is Oregon, I believe.
Oregon. Number 7 Ole Miss, maybe.
Let me look and see here.
Let's just look at them so I don't have to keep guessing.
Okay. So sorry, 5 Georgia, 6 Oregon, 7 Georgia Tech.
Oh my gosh.
8 is Ole Miss. Then Miami drops down to 9th.
And who rounds up? Vandy at the top 10. Okay, so that currently, what is that? 5 SEC teams in the top 10?
Yeah.
Okay, I see 5 SEC teams making the playoff.
Yeah, I agree.
With their record, I mean, and the thing about the SEC, when you have so many teams that are so good and they all have to play each other, it just creates such a hard job for the committee.
Yeah.
Because it's like it would be as if the Bills, the Chiefs, the Broncos, and somebody else were all in the AFC West. It would be like, oh my God, what are we going to do here? So it's tough to make these rankings and make them accurately, especially when you've got, Big Ten teams in there as well that, in my opinion, do not have as tough of a schedule.
No.
And they can't really. It's not their fault that they don't have as tough of a schedule, But there's only one team in that Big Ten, or maybe two, that I think are like, they're good enough to where I don't really care who they play. I know that they're that good, and that's Ohio State and Indiana.
Yeah.
Those two are like, whatever competition they play, it's going to be a good game. I mean, obviously they're going to take care of these, mid-major teams, but like any of these major conference teams, we've seen it with Texas. We've seen it with some of the other teams that they've played. They're going to get business done.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when they go up against a Georgia or an Alabama or an Ole Miss or a Vandy, even somebody that can give them a true fight, that's what I want to see. And sadly, we're not going to see that until the playoff.
Yeah.
Because right now, Ohio State is going to coast to an undefeated record.
Yeah.
And
I think the only tough game remaining for Ohio State will be the game against Michigan.
Yep.
And then whoever they play in the Big Ten. Oh, I guess it'll probably be Ohio State and Indiana in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Unless if Michigan can pull out the win.
If Michigan pulled out a win, oh my God.
That would be crazy.
Bryce Underwood beating Ohio State as a true freshman.
That'd be insane.
Woo.
Ryan Day would probably be back on the hot seat.
No, not after a national championship.
But like 4 losses now to Michigan, 3 or 4 losses.
That's a crazy conversation to have, and that's a conversation that only Ohio State fans would have of like, oh, can't beat Michigan. It's like, okay, whatever, dude. He's a great coach, obviously. He has taken them so far. But okay, let's get back into games.
Yeah, we're going way off subject there. Next we roll to the Volunteers traveling to the Tide.
T-Town, Tuscaloosa.
We were discussing earlier with big turning point of this game being the Xavier Brown interception, 99 yards.
And that, it was discussed at halftime. Booger McFarland, he said, you're on the goal line. I think there was 8 seconds left.
Yeah.
You're not going to run the ball because if you get stopped, you're not going to have enough time to run another play and the half is over. So why in the world would you do a play action pass? Nobody is going to bite on that run fake.
Yeah.
There's no chance because they all know the situation. These are well-coached teams. You could maybe pull that off against a mid-major that is not as well-coached, but when you're going up against an Alabama that has Kalen DeBoer, that has Kay Womack as their defensive coordinator, that has these guys that have been in these big situations, they know the down and distance. They know what the clock is looking like. They know what you're going to do. And you can't, if you're going to run something there, it needs to be a quick developing pass.
Yeah.
Because there's only 2 options there, realistically, for them that end up in a success. It's a quick developing pass, and they hit it, touchdown before the half, they're down by 2. Awesome. Like that's perfect scenario.
Yeah.
Then the secondary scenario is, okay, quick pass. If it's not there, throw it out the back of the end zone, kick a field goal, go into the half down 6.
Yeah.
It's still not a bad scenario.
Yeah.
But a play action pass on a, not necessarily like a long developing route, but not like a quick development, and then you throw it into the flat with a corner that knew he didn't need to bite on the run. So he is just reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time, takes it, pick 6.
Yeah.
You can't do that. That's the only thing you can't do in that situation. Incompletion, fine. Completion in the end zone, obviously that's fine. That's a touchdown. Yeah. But why would you play action right there? That's a horrible play call.
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen a Josh Heupel really a coaching mistake from him. And a Joey Aguilar mistake. He's been playing great football up till.
And I think that play specifically says more about the coach than it does about Joey Aguilar. Absolutely. Because Joey Aguilar was put in a bad situation right there. I don't think that there was any way that he could succeed off of that play call other than if he would have recognized that it's covered and thrown it out the back of the end zone. But then, I wouldn't even be talking about a bad coaching decision. That would be just like a amazing veteran decision by Joey Aguilar. Yeah. But he's not there. You can't expect him to make a veteran play. He's not a veteran player.
Yeah.
So I think, I'm still very high on Joey Aguilar. I think he's a great player.
Yeah.
And I think that he was put in a bad situation right there. And then when you've got an offense, an Alabama offense that's already rolling, and then you give them another score cushion going into the half, it's bad news.
Yeah. And this is just a great defensive game in general for the Alabama defense overall as one of the premier offenses in college football, and holding just 20 points is incredible. That speaks to the defensive line getting pressure on Joey Aguilar constantly.
Lonze Pierre.
Forcing a safety as well.
And that safety, that's another one where it's like you could maybe expect a veteran player to understand and be able to get away from that and possibly, keep you away from a safety, but he doesn't. He has intentional grounding in the end zone. That's a safety.
Yep.
That's gonna happen when you have a young player like that.
Yeah.
Especially a competitive player that is going to try his best to make something out of nothing. In that situation, he probably needed to do anything other than what he did.
Yeah.
But also that was forced by the defense. Great job that whole game by Lonze Pierre, number 42 of the Crimson Tide defense. I mean, just playing out of his mind. Quay Rousseau is out, and in his absence, Lonze Pierre has turned into a star. That's huge. You've got guys like Deontay Lawson out there playing up to their potential now. Xavier Brown showing what he can do. Really the only weak point so far of the Alabama defense is Damani Jackson, our safety. He has had some plays that are kind of, hey, man, what are you doing there? But other than that, the secondary, the defensive front, everybody's been playing great.
The only defensive breakdown we had was getting up that big rushing touchdown to I forgot what his name.
Bishop.
Yeah, Bishop. He broke free and he got a touchdown.
Which I'm curious, is Star Thomas injured for them? Because he was like their premier back in the first couple weeks. I feel like
Star Thomas played. He only got 3 carries.
That's crazy.
26 yards.
Because in the first couple weeks, he was like their premier back.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, in the Georgia game especially, Star Thomas played phenomenal. So I don't know why they have not been playing him more. I see that obviously Bishop is a good back.
Yeah.
But that's just strange to me.
Yeah, and the only thing offensively I'd like to see from this Tide team would be running the football better. We talked about it earlier, like Ryan Grubb team is not really gonna run the ball. A lot of screen passes, quick passes like that. So it's great to see Ryan Williams ball out again.
Absolutely. And this game was just another game that stressed to me that Alabama has the best receiving core in the nation. I mean, Isaiah Horton, Jeremy Bernard, Ryan Williams, our younger guy that just came out and made a play this game. I feel bad. I can't remember his name. But wonderful game by all of them. And honestly, our secondary back, Kevin Riley, playing a good game, getting out there, making plays. So, and Ty Simpson, I mean, Heisman front runner, and there's a good reason for it.
Absolutely.
The guy's playing on schedule. The guy's making big time throws in big time moments and making smart decisions. He is the definition of like that veteran player. He's been there for 4 years.
Yeah.
He has sat behind people and
Watched
and
a
learned.
Lot of great quarterbacks.
Watched a lot of good quarterbacks and learned a ton, and it's showing now.
Yeah, totally agree. Hop into the Big 12, where we saw an upset of Texas Tech. They get their first loss by ASU.
Yep.
Yeah, tough for Tech. Obviously, they're without their starting quarterback, Morton. Sam Levitt comes in and does the Sam Levitt things. 319 yards passing. Obviously, he's still playing a little hurt, so wasn't really running the ball much. But
Arizona State is like a team, I feel like they might not get a great look at the college football playoff just because of that loss. And I don't know what the rest of their schedule looks like, but if they come out with many more losses, even a 2-loss team from them, I don't know if they make it, because that loss that they had last week, where they were without Sam Leavitt, I think was very uncharacteristic. And if they would have had Sam Leavitt, they would have won. It reminds me a lot of Florida State getting snubbed for the college football playoff when they lost their quarterback, Jordan Travis.
Yeah.
He was doing so great, and then right before the playoff, they lost him. And so it was like, okay, how are we going to let a team in that their star player is now gone? They're not going to win. And controversial decision, obviously, from a couple of years back. I can't remember, but
a couple of years. Yeah.
But this is like a similar situation where it was a one loss that was a bad loss because they were without their star quarterback. Now, hopefully, they can turn this Texas Tech win into a bunch of momentum and go win out. And hopefully we do see them in the college football playoff, because I think that they're a team that's deserving of making it.
Yeah. I mean, they do have they still do have a good chance of getting to the Big 12. They can win out. They got Houston coming up, which will be a tough game.
Yeah.
Houston's no joke.
Especially that Houston defense.
Yeah, and Houston's the same way. Like, look at the Big 12. There's the standings right now are BYU and Cincinnati at top before no conference play, and then you got Arizona State, Texas Tech, and Houston at 3-1. So that'll be a big game for conference standings.
Yeah,
and then they travel to Iowa State, which Iowa State's a tough team as well.
Yeah,
obviously they've kind of fallen off since the start of the season.
Yeah.
And they play West Virginia, Colorado, and Arizona. So all three of those games should be winnable games for them.
What's Colorado's record currently?
They are currently 3-4.
3-4. Ooh, yikes!
Yeah,
that is not good. And I think that a lot of that boils down to, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I think a lot of that does boil down to the initial decisions by Deion Sanders to rotate quarterbacks every week for those first couple weeks. I don't think that was smart. Like, Caden Salter couldn't get his footing. The other kid, I can't remember his name. He couldn't quite get his footing.
Was it Lewis? Julian?
Nah, dude, it was a white kid with a weird name.
Yeah, I remember. I know you're talking about now. I forgot what his name was too.
He did come in there and have a good game, but it's like, I think Caden Salter could have played and had just as good of a game. Caden Salter is a good quarterback. I think if you play him from the start, you might be looking at a different record.
Yeah.
But that's just somebody looking from the outside. Obviously, Deion knows ball, and he's got Super Bowl rings and a lot of stuff to prove it. So,
we're just here sitting on the couch talking about it.
So, yeah.
Let's go to the SEC. Back to the SEC. We got LSU traveling to Vanderbilt, and man, this whole time you're looking, and LSU put up 24, like one of their better offensive performances in this season.
Nussmeier looked pretty good.
Yet that defense decided not to show up, and Vanderbilt puts up 31 on the back of Diego Pavia.
Yeah.
There's also jumping up there as a Heisman favorite for me.
Yeah.
That dude's just a gamer, and LSU did which is surprising with how well coached this LSU team was. They just could not contain Pavia, and that's just on the fault of their DNs not over pursuing
that, and they were without Whit Weeks, so that's that's a huge loss. He's the heart of that defense. So, that loss for that week is, if he's there, I'm sure he makes a couple more plays. Maybe it's a closer game. But, you can't write that off on just one player being gone. That was just a great performance by Vanderbilt. And we talked about it earlier. Vanderbilt does a lot of things up front on their offense that can confuse a defense. They've got a system where they have a guard and tackle shift at the beginning of almost every single play. So they've got a speed side and a strong side. They have their two faster, more agile guard and tackle on one side and their stronger guard and tackle on the other. And the tight end will always be on the side of the speed side. And so if the tight end lines up on the side of the strong side, they just flip the tackle and guard. And so they do that consistently on like every play. And when you're a defensive lineman lining up against a different lineman every single play versus, say that you're a left outside linebacker and you're facing up against the same left tackle every play, it's a lot easier for you to just be like, okay, like I know who I'm going against. I can, start to figure some things out.
Yep.
When you're going up against a different guy every time, it's a lot more difficult. So, just great job by Clark Lee and that Vanderbilt offense, and honestly the Vanderbilt defense. Just a great outing by Vandy altogether, and there's a reason why they're ranked number 10. So
yeah, I think partly due to Vanderbilt's head coach Chuck Clark. I think
Clark Lee.
Yeah. I think he's going to be getting some offers from Florida.
I think he will. I don't think he'll take him.
I don't think so either.
That's his alma mater. He went there, he played there. And if he stays there and is a, perennial 9, even 8 win head coach there, he'll be looked at as a god in Vanderbilt for forever. They'll build a statue of him. If he makes it to the playoff this year with Vandy, that's statue talk at Vandy.
Yeah, it is. Let's see. Here we go to USC taking on the Fighting Irish.
Yep.
I do remember calling this game exactly right. I said Notre Dame would win. I said USC would cover the 10.5. Man, Jeremiah Love, 228 yards on 24 carries. And their backup running back, I think, had Jadarian Price had 87 yards on just 13 carries. So USC, after stuffing Michigan's run game, is a whole different outcome here with.
Yeah, you cannot get gashed in the run game like that, play after play, and expect to win the ball game.
Yeah, I mean, this wasn't even like a CJ Card dominant game. He only had 136 yards on 26 attempts and a touchdown. And he also threw an interception where they were at the goal line and he's scrambling around back there and just throws it up and gets picked off. But not a
USC. I think still a good team going forward. I think that they can give some people some problems, but that was just not a great outing for them. I don't think they were super explosive, and it showed. So.
Then we go to the Holy War game with Utah BYU.
BYU and my boy Bear Bachmeyer.
Bear Bachmeyer.
What a player.
He is a great player, great athlete.
He does it all. He runs, he throws. He's Mormon as all get out.
This game just comes down to Utah turning the ball over twice. I mean, minus the turnovers, they kind of owned BYU for this game. Devin, 470 yards of total offense, and Devin Dampier had 2 touchdowns through the air. Just turnovers are going to get you in a big game like this.
Yeah. Devin Dampier is still a great quarterback, and Utah still a good team. Just not a good matchup for them against those BYU Cougars.
Yeah.
So tough.
Then just want to quickly note this Texas and Kentucky game. You're not in the SEC until you face a Kentucky team at home.
Yeah, Kroger Field. It's no joke. You go out there, you can get shocked. So you always got to be careful going in there. And Texas found a way to win. So good on them. If they can keep finding ways to win, if Arch can find ways to keep improving, I think that they could be a dangerous team down the stretch. I know that their running back Wiseman, he's a good player. They've got good players all over the field. They just gotta put it all together. And I would honestly say this is a team that if they finish the season unranked, we were talking about hot seats. Sark.
Yeah.
That spot might start to heat up for him a little bit. I mean, yeah, he took them deep in the playoff last year, but God, that was he had so much talent on that team. You're talking Xavier Worthy, Matthew Golden, Quinn Ewers.
Not last year.
Or
Xavier
2
Worthy
years ago.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I
definitely I completely agree there.
So I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's just that is a football school that they are hard on their football coaches. They are hard on their football players, their quarterback especially. And unfair expectations have been placed upon Arch.
Oh, yeah.
Unfair expectations have been placed upon that team in general. I mean, preseason number 1 is, I mean.
Yeah, and I totally forgot to mention that with LSU losing. They put Brian Kelly on the hot seat.
Yeah.
So, which we'll discuss more when we talk about the Week 9 games, which we can jump into.
Yeah. Well, let me see Mizzou versus Auburn real quick.
The Mizzou Auburn game. That was a good game. Auburn they've been the most unfortunate team this year, I think.
Another one that we talk about hot seats. We've got 2 coaches that are, in my opinion, kind of on the hot seat right now. You talk about Eli Drinkowitz and also Hugh Freeze over there at Auburn. These are 2 coaches that both have talented rosters right now. One of them has probably the premier back in the nation with Ahmad Hardy.
Yeah, Ahmad Hardy only getting 58 yards. He was like potential Heisman favorite when he was running he's running crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened.
The thing that I think teams are starting to figure out, that nobody runs a stretch concept more in the nation than Mizzou. Stretch concept is where you are running outside, your tackles and your tight ends are getting as far out and getting blocks as far out as they can and relying on the speed of Ahmad Hardy to get to the edge, and that's where they get you for these long yardage situations. And teams are starting to figure out that stretch concept and understanding that when you put Ahmad Hardy between the tackles, he's not nearly as effective of a rusher.
No.
And, it's tough because then you've also got Jackson Arnold, who he's a very mobile quarterback, but he's starting to become very one-dimensional. They run a lot of RPOs. They run a lot of very simple concepts where it's, if it's not open, then you tuck it and run. And he's not been running with the same athleticism and explosiveness as he was at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So Jackson Arnold has become somewhat of a non-factor for that team, and that's no good because, I mean, if you can just focus on their great wide receivers out there and you know that they're going to be running slants or posts or like the most simple routes, it's not as hard for DBs to cover them. And that's sad because there's a lot of talent on that Auburn roster that is not being put to good use.
Yeah. Eli's he's another talk about that could be going down to Florida.
Yeah. Which Eli Drinkowitz, I think he's a great head coach.
Yeah, I completely agree. He's really changed Missouri's football program.
That was crazy. Did you see the clip of when he thought they had kicked the game-winning field goal and he rushed the field?
No, I didn't see
He
that.
thought it went in. And so he was on the field. He's like, celebrating. And then he looked at it. He's like, just kind of a hilarious clip. Don't celebrate too early out there. Get yourself clipped.
Yeah, bad look. So that breaks down the recap of Week 8.
Let me see South Carolina real quick. I just want to see some Lenore Sellers stats real quick.
Yeah, honestly, I know it wasn't a good game
with
OU's defense, 26-7.
6-7.
6-0. Lenore Sellers, 17-25 for 124 passing. Rushing wise, he was held to just.
Was he negative yardage?
Negative
rushing?
Yards.
Yeah. He got sacked a lot.
Yeah, let's see. Oklahoma's defense got him 6 times.
Yeah, they were getting after him.
Yeah.
Also, somewhat of a decent game from Mateer, getting out there and he's playing injured, but I don't think most people understand the depth of his injury, because with a thumb injury, and this was discussed on a different podcast, right? That I viewed. The thumb injury to Jared Goff was very similar to the thumb injury that John Mateer suffered. Yeah. Jared Goff was back in 2 weeks from surgery and ended up playing great. That's also because he's a very over-the-top thrower. So there's not a whole lot of pressure on that thumb joint in the first place. John Mateer kind of has he's a little Mahomes. He's got a lot of those sidearm throws. Yeah. And in those sidearm throws, there's a lot more pressure being put on that joint. So his natural throwing style is being affected way more by this injury than people are talking about. So when we look at John Mateer's performances, you have to keep that in mind, that he is not near 100%. And I mean, it's not a good look.
Yeah, and I would even go into saying that it's the same as going down last year with Cordis Rourke, the Indiana quarterback from last year. He had suffered the same injury, and we saw him balling out at the beginning of the season. As soon as he came back from injury, not the same. I mean,
over the top thrower again. You know, one of those guys that
still wasn't the same though.
Yeah, it wasn't the same.
But it'd be interesting to see how the Sooners can, because their Sooners are getting to the toughest part of their schedule as well now.
The one thing that doesn't affect for Mateer is his ability to run, and he is still a very versatile quarterback. He can run, and he can bulldoze people. He's a tough guy. So I don't know. That'll be interesting to see. And if he can get healthier and return to his natural throwing motion, that OU team will still be dangerous, and they could, finish out the season strong. And if they finish out really strong, maybe win out, they could be in a great position.
Possibly, yeah. Well, I think it's time to get the book out.
You think so?
I think so.
All right.
Some Week 9 college football picks. Let's start with we were discussing earlier about this score line. As UCLA, 3 wins now in a row, traveling to Indiana. And I'm not saying that UCLA is going to pull out the win, but minus 26.5 is a lot.
Okay, so UCLA going to Indiana.
UCLA going to Indiana. I mean, UCLA is 3-1 in Big Ten play still. I think 26.5 is quite a bit for a UCLA team that
has been playing phenomenal the last 3 games. Jerry Neuheisel has got that team playing way differently, and Nico has suddenly kind of turned it on.
Yeah, Nico is being the quarterback that we saw at Tennessee.
I'm going to take Indiana with the UCLA cover because I love my Hoosiers.
Yeah, I agree. I'd take Fernando Mendoza is too good of a player, and I'd take Indiana to win, but I will also take UCLA to cover. I still see Indiana winning by 10, 14 points.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be close, but I think it's going to be closer than people expect.
Yeah. Next we got Ole Miss and traveling down to take on the Sooners. 2 very different teams here, as Ole Miss obviously one of the best offensive teams taking on OU, who is one of the best defensive teams.
Yep.
Ray favor Oklahoma by minus 5.5.
Whoa.
I think this depends on John Mateer again,
Yeah.
If John Mateer comes out and he throws 3 interceptions like he did with Texas, obviously Ole Miss is going to dominate. But
I don't even know if it comes down to that as much as we think, man. Ole Miss is just – I think they're too explosive to deal with. I'm going Ole Miss plus points.
Ole Miss. Yeah, I don't know. This is just a game like we were talking about in the NFL with the Giants taking on the Eagles. The Ole Miss coming off a very heartbreaking loss as well. So I think it just depends on what they do with that emotion. Yeah, I got to ride Ole Miss till I can see John Mateer playing that great caliber of football again. So I take Ole Miss as well.
Plus points?
Well, Sooners are favored.
Oh, sorry.
But,
yep.
Yeah.
So Ole Miss straight up.
I take Ole Miss straight up.
Okay.
Let's see. Alabama travels to South Carolina. I could want to see in this game because Oklahoma was finally able to run the ball well against South Carolina. I want to see Alabama be able to replicate that. I want to see Alabama get 150 yards rushing. They're favored by -11.5. I'm taking Bama to win, no matter if the rushing goes our way or not.
Yeah.
I take Bama to win and cover the 11.5.
You know, this reads to me like a classic Shane Beamer. Hey, we're gonna go out there and give you guys all you can handle.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Bama with an SC cover.
Wow.
Yeah, I think this might be closer than people think.
All right.
And you've got Bama plus points.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another great SEC matchup. It's weird how all these great matchups are always in the SEC.
Yeah, that's where all the good matchups are.
Yeah. You got Missouri traveling down to take on Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's -2.5, so it's pretty much just a pick 'em. I'm not really liking Bo Pribula's play as late, and
Cribs is not playing great.
And Ahmad Hardy. I think it's going to be
the only thing here that is like a major thing for Vandy to watch is Missouri's 2 defensive pass rushers.
Yeah.
Like when you've got Zion Young and oh my gosh, I can't think
Zion
of the guy.
And Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you've got those 2 coming after you all game, if they can create havoc for Diego Pavia and get him playing off schedule, doing what he did last year with a lot of like wild scrambling and, you know, sometimes some wild throws, I think that Mizzou could come out with a win, and actually I think that they're going to. I think that that's going to be the difference here.
As crazy as I was also picking Mizzou as well.
Really?
I was also picking a Mizzou win here.
Okay.
I think if Missouri watches that film against Vanderbilt and LSU, and they just see that, I mean, LSU's defensive ends were just over pursuing every time they keep Pavia in the pocket. Yeah, I think it's not going to be a good day to be a Commodore.
If you take Pavia's legs out of it, it becomes a different game.
Yeah. So I'm also going to pick Mizzou.
All right, I like it.
Next, we got Texas A&M and LSU. Shocker. SEC matchup again. A&M favored by -2.5 also, which is just another pick'em game. Like we were talking about, Brian Kelly's on the hot seat. If he loses this game, I think there's real talks about cutting him loose.
I think this is all in Garrett Nussmeier's hands. If he has a great game, I do believe that this LSU defense can stifle the A&M offense.
Yeah.
This will be the first like really, really elite defense that A&M has faced.
Yeah.
And I think until further notice, I'm picking A&M.
Yes.
But LSU could give them a run for their money.
Yes, totally agree. And it also comes down to, I mean, we were just discussing Diego Pavia being able to get outside the pocket against LSU. So, I mean, Marcel Reed is a much
he's a much better passer.
He's a much better passer, and he has the same abilities as Pavia does. So, if they let Marcel Reed just get outside and dominate them, then this game will be Aggies by a lot. But I believe that this defense can flip things around. I mean, they got Harold Perkins Jr., who is a beast, and I see A&M still winning, like until proven otherwise.
I've got A&M plus points.
Yeah, I mean, -2.5. I mean, I think they win by. I think they went by
a score.
Yeah. Sneaky good game. Illinois traveling to Seattle to take on Washington. This could be a game that whoever wins could be talking about still contending for a Big Ten championship.
Who's favored here?
Washington's favored by -3.5.
Is Washington? What game are they coming off of? Who'd they?
So Washington's coming off that big loss to which
Ohio.
is my fault for not talking about that. Washington's coming off that big loss to Michigan, where Damon Williams threw 3 interceptions. Couldn't do anything on the ground, which is I think a blueprint for this Illinois team who's coming off a bye as well, and I think they see that and copy paste what they did. I think keeping Damon Williams in the pocket is going to be crucial for them. Luke Altmaier's throwing the football great.
Yep. I'm taking Illinois straight up here. I think Luke Altmaier is a X factor that people don't talk about enough.
No, not enough credit for him. Yeah, I'm taking Illinois to cover the 3.5. Straight up.
Okay.
I take Illinois to win straight up.
Okay. What do we got next here?
Let's see. Next we got, I think what could be another interesting game is Michigan taking on Michigan State.
I think I saw a stat today. The all-time record for that is like 72-33 in favor of Michigan.
Yeah.
Due to that, I'm gonna have to go Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that stopped Michigan is Bryce Underwood. They can stop Bryce Underwood and Justice Haynes as well. I think if they stop those two, this could be a very good game, and a game where if Aiden Childs can go off as well, we could see an upset. But yeah, I don't see that happening. So I'm taking Michigan to cover the 14.5.
Michigan plus points.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Yeah.
Just because it is an in-state rivalry, I'm going Michigan with an MSU cover. Okay.
Yeah, I think one of the last good games is BYU traveling to Iowa State, where Iowa State's actually favored by -2.5 to win this game.
Iowa State's favored?
Yep, Iowa State's favored.
2.5?
At 2.5.
I
think it's just one of those things where Bear Brockmeyer is going to go off.
That's another one for me. That's until further notice. I'm going BYU and Bear Bachmeier.
Yeah, I will also be going with BYU.
Okay.
So that pretty much.
Well, what other matchups do we got? Let's see if there's anything else that we can pick in here that might be a little bit of a shocker. Who's Ohio State got?
Ohio State's playing. Ohio State's on a bye.
Oh, okay.
I can pull up. Hey,
who's Tennessee got?
I just want to shout out to our Missouri State getting a dub last night.
Yeah, getting a dub in conference. Yep, NMSU.
Second one. Congrats to them.
Conference USA, baby. Woo!
Yeah, I think Tennessee's on a bye too.
Gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Who's Texas playing?
Texas playing Mississippi State.
Okay. Let's
do that.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Is Texas at Mississippi State?
Texas is at Mississippi State.
Cowbell.
Longhorns are favored by -7.5. I'm taking Texas to win, but I will take the Bulldogs to cover the
Texas is favored by 10.5?
7.5.
Okay.
So I'll take Texas to win, but I will take the Bulldogs to cover the 7.5.
I'm going Mississippi State straight up. All right. Well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's get a 10th game in there. Just to leave it even.
Just found a 10th game that could be an interesting watch is Houston traveling. We were just talking about this. Yep. Houston traveling to Arizona State. Big 12 title play on the line here. Arizona State's favored by -7.5.
Just based off that line, I know that Sam Leavitt could will his team to win and cover that. However, this Houston defense is pretty legit. I'm going to go ASU with a Houston cover.
Yeah, I agree. I think Arizona State's going to take the win, but I will also take the Cougars to cover the spread.
All right. Okay. That's a good little 10-game stretch right there. So, recap. We've got UCLA, Indiana. Indiana favored by 26.5. We both have IU with a UCLA cover. Ole Miss, Oklahoma, -5.5, Oklahoma. Ole Miss, we both have Ole Miss straight up. Bama, SC. You've got Bama plus points. Bama favored by 11.5. I've got Bama with an SC cover. Mizzou versus Vandy. Vandy favored by 2.5. We both took Mizzou. A little bit of an upset alert for us right there. A&M, LSU. A&M favored by 2.5 away. We both took A&M plus points. I think that one is maybe the one I'm least confident about right here.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting game.
Yeah. Then we've got Illinois at Washington. Washington favored by 3.5 at home. We both took Illinois straight up off the back of Luke Altmaier. Altmaier having a great game, hopefully. Michigan State. Michigan favored by 14.5. You've got Michigan plus points. I've got Michigan with a Michigan State cover. BYU, ISU. ISU favored by 2.5 at home. We both took BYU off the back of Bear Bachmeier doing what he does best. Right here we've got Texas at Mississippi State. Texas favored by 7.5 away. You've got Texas with an MSU cover. I've got MSU straight up. Give me more cowbell. All right, Houston, ASU. ASU favored by 7.5. ASU with a Houston cover, both of us. And that rounds out our picks for this week of college football and NFL and our coverage for the day. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to the second installation of Michael and Austin Football Pod, MAFpod.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week.